What's up, big dog?
Hey, I got a question, bro. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, so I want to ask you, what makes you say? I've heard you. I haven't watched your channel too long, but what makes you tell people to choose a job over gig work, over Uber
Because
or Instacart?
because in 5 to 10 years, a job is going to be a privilege. So you want to be an early adopter. You don't want to be the person scrambling in 5 to 10 years looking for a job when it's not going to be as plentiful as it is now. You want to be the person that's already in there.
So you mean more stability? Is that what it
What
means? More stable?
I
Because you
obviously
you
more.
might not be there 5 years. You might be there 2 years. You don't really know how
No, no,
long
no,
you're gonna
no.
be there.
Listen. Stability is one thing, but two, people are being displaced. This gig economy, let me explain you something, bro, from a business perspective.
Mhm.
It's just like I showed him this. This is DoorDash, right?
Right.
It's this chart, right, is the complete opposite of the rates, right? Rates have gone down.
Mhm. Mhm.
Profit for the company has gone up. The same time the rate started to decline, isn't it strange that the profit started to go up?
So, what do you mean,
So
like?
so so let's look at it
Because
like
I'm not I'm
this.
not a I'm not business savvy, so you gotta explain it to me
Okay.
like a
All
kid.
right. So how old are you? Let me start there. How old are you?
I'm 40. I'm 40.
Are you 40? So you lived long enough to know that things have never gone back.
Right.
Think about anything from when you were a kid. Whatever you thinking of in your head right now, whatever the price was when you were a kid, it's higher now. Something called
Right.
inflation. The cost of living is going to continue to rise. As the
Right.
cost of living continues to rise, times are going to be tougher. Times have always gotten tougher. As times get tougher, people are going to have to supplement. You have an infusion of people that came from the pandemic and prior to the pandemic during the gig economy boom. Then the pandemic came, which created this super boom, and people were making money hand over fist. So you have all these people that do it full time, even though they complain about it, they do it full time. But then you have this other demographic of people who actually use the gig apps for what it was intended for, which is to supplement something else. As time
Hmm.
goes on and things get worse and people have to source more opportunities to bring in more revenue, you're going to have more people that are going to have to supplement, which means more people, more saturation, more supply, lower demand. The more supply, and when supply just super exceeds demand, rates are going to be
Hmm.
lower, right?
Right. 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 Right.
Rates are going to continue to go down. Like the gig economy is going to it's not going to be as sustainable as it was during the startup phases when the apps
Hmm.
were paying exorbitant rates because they needed service providers on the app to meet the demand of all the marketing dollars. They're spending millions of dollars in marketing dollars to get people onto the app. So in order to get people to meet that demand, we have to pay them handsomely.
I kind of disagree and agree a little bit with you. I
Tell me
don't.
where you
I
disagree.
I I disagree that the apps were meant to be just to supplement income. You know, besides
How?
another job. I think that's just how people go at it because a lot of people that take this job like me myself. I'll be honest. I'm poor, right? But even in my poor state, I don't get desperate. It's just like a business decision, right? You're not selling your stuff, but all of a sudden you get desperate, like, oh, you know what? Let me give it away because I'm not selling it. So I think that's how people kind of work in this gig economy. They say, "Dang, I'm not making enough money," so they take the $2, they take the $1. So it's not really the business that's the problem. It's people who accept these things because there's $2 offers and there's $20 offers. There's $30 offers. There's $40 offers. It just depends on your patience, on the way you go at it, right? Just like any business, right?
Mhm.
So I think the people are making it to where you cannot make an income full time because they take the desperate orders, man. And then you got the bots and you got the people who have different multiple accounts. So it's not really the app itself that's designed this way. I think people design it that way because they get desperate.
So let me ask you this: do you have a regular job?
No, I had a
So
job 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
so you're a full-time gig worker,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
and you're able to sustain.
Yes. Definitely. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with most of us. Most of us, we don't know how to budget. We don't take it, like you say, we don't take advantage, right? And things happen, right?
Okay.
Maybe your car dies, you don't know how to fix your car. Maybe a lot of people, they finance their cars, so they're not going to be able to make it in the long term. If you're a person who fixes your cars, buys your cars cheap, cash, uses them till they, till the wheels fall off, then you're
Mm-hmm.
making a good investment and you're not overspending, right? See, my problem is I eat a whole lot. Me and my family, we eat too much, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can get to where we want to be if we budget, but me and my wife, we're not willing to sacrifice food in that way. We're not fat and stuff, but I'm saying we eat, right? We eat a lot.
So
But
let
if
me
we
ask you
start
this.
budgeting,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
we can make
I'm
it,
sorry.
man. It just depends on the market. Like where I'm at right now, if I wanted to, I'll make 200 to 400 bucks a day if I wanted to, easily. Just doing Instacart and
Where you live
Uber
at?
Eats.
Where you live at?
I'm not gonna give you the location because I don't want people to.
What city? What city?
Let's say Florida.
No, hold on. I need no. What I'm trying to determine is if you live in a small market or a big market.
What do you mean small? It's not a big city. It's a small place,
All right. So, but in the state
but
of
it's
Florida,
very
right?
touristy. It's very touristy.
All right. So I would assume, based on you saying Florida, you live somewhere in the Disney World area, give or take, right?
No, a little down south, more down south.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. So here's where you don't understand. Because I understand why you don't understand, because you don't understand business.
right. It's
You
true.
said you're poor, right?
Right,
And you do gig work full
monetarily
time.
wise.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Over a period of time, those rates are going to continue to go down here. The cost of living is going to continue to go that way.
Yeah, I know.
So what you're going through right now is what's considered a correction. See, the problem is the gig economy is still so new that people really haven't seen. I'm trying to think, because I got to break it down
Have
to
you
you
have you
in
done gig
a
work?
way.
Have you done gig work though?
No, I did
So then,
content
so
for like
how can
maybe a
you?
month on
Wait.
Roadie. Go
How
ahead,
can you have the whole focus of something when you haven't been there?
because I know how much it
Unless
costs to
you've
live.
done it for.
Listen,
No,
I'm
no.
40.
But come on, man.
Listen. I'm 45 years
Luxury
old.
costs a lot of money. It's true. Luxury costs a lot of money. It's true.
But here's the thing. I'm 45 years old, and in 45 years, I've been very attentive.
Hmm.
I seen shit go that way. I seen the cost of living continuously go up. I understand business. I understand the model. I understand that as long as things continue to go that way, there's going to be more people into what you do full time, which is going to
That's
make
true.
rates go that way. Now,
Right.
getting by is going to get you by until you get behind.
It's true.
Hence,
No, that's true. I'll give you that. That's true. That's true.
hence this.
That's true.
See, this is what getting by looks like.
Me.
This.
And me, bro. I'll be honest with you. And
All right.
me.
So
But
so
I'm poor I'm poor on purpose, bro.
well, then that's a
Like
personal. That's a
I like spending time with my family, my kids.
so-
I don't have the luxuries that
okay.
people want, but I love my time with my family. To me,
Okay.
time is more valuable
And
than luxury.
and that's great. But then that goes back to what I said earlier in this stream: choices and decisions.
Yeah, you're right.
Life is about choices and decisions.
Yep.
I come from a generation where our parents, our boomer parents, sacrificed time with us to take care of us. They worked. So I will
Right.
never, ever, ever, because for me to sit there and say, "Yo, that's okay," that's just like
But
spitting in
what is what
Mama
is a
G's face.
sacrifice? What is sacrifice to you though? Sacrifice.
Sacrifice is doing. Listen, doing whatever you have to do for a better quality of life. Like,
All
who
right.
wants to
So give
go?
me.
Hold on.
I'll give you an example.
Who wants to go through life struggling for their entire life?
Do rich people struggle?
Everybody struggles. My struggles,
You
my
can't
hold
stop
on, hold
that,
on.
bro.
No. Listen to me. We're talking about financial. We're looking
Okay,
at things
okay.
from a financial
Financially, okay.
perspective.
Gotcha.
Life is about choices and decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to fucking financially struggle all their life? That shit sounds miserable as fuck.
That's
Oh,
true.
I'm
That's
sorry.
true.
I'm sorry. I forgot your kids there. That sounds
But
miserable. I'm
but
sorry. I
no, they're
apologize.
not listen. They're
I,
not listening.
I,
But are you saying poor people are just, man, bummer? Poor people, sorry, you guys got to struggle your whole life. It's a
no.
bummer. Like
Poor.
people have to be poor. Everybody's not gonna be rich or middle class. There has to be poor people. Me, I'm poor by choice, not because I want to, not because I'm poor by force, by choice.
But
I don't care
why do
about
you want?
luxuries
Why luxuries don't have
because I'm
nothing to
gonna be
do with
spending
it.
20 years with my kids, and then they'll grow up. Maybe they'll take
But
care of me when
let's
I'm old.
can we use your kids just as a case study real quick?
Right.
Okay, so you want to spend time with your kids, but what about the
Mm-hmm.
future? What if one of your kids does
Well, I don't know
exceptionally
the
well?
future.
Hold
Do
on.
rich people know the future?
Listen. Let me cook. What if one of your kids just outperforms and does exceptionally well in school, and they get
Beautiful,
invited to go to an Ivy League school? Do you want to
beautiful.
tell your child, unfortunately, I can't afford to send you to Harvard, even if they're on a scholarship?
Nah, there's
Let's say
ways.
if they're
There's
on a
ways.
hold
That's an
on.
excuse, man. That's an
But
excuse.
no. That it's an excuse on your part.
No. It
Yeah,
would be an
yeah, it
excuse
is.
because many there's haven't there been kids that have been poor and they've gotten somewhere somehow without the help of their parents,
Hold on.
right?
Let's look at it from a business and a financial perspective.
Okay, not
If they're
emotional. Okay.
performing exceptionally well, they may not get a full ride. They may get a partial ride.
Mm.
How would you feel if your child gets invited to this Ivy League
What if?
school? Hold on, let me
Mhm.
finish. See, because you know where I'm
Okay.
going with it.
No,
And then
I know. Go
you have to be like, you know what? Because I was complacent for 18
ahead.
years, I can't
No.
afford to I can't what? Hold on. I can't afford to
Yeah,
pay the
that's what you're
difference.
saying about me, but that's not what I. That's not what
But
I
you
think
just
at all.
said it. You said you're poor by
I,
choice.
by choice, right. But what I mean poor by choice, I mean I'm not willing to risk my kids for a finance car to live in a good house, right? I
We're
could have
not
done that.
talking
I could have
about
done that when I was younger,
frivolous.
and unfortunately I didn't do it. But I could have done it when I was younger.
We're
But
not
now I
talking,
choose to be
and
poor
that's
by
why
choice.
I didn't give those types of examples. I didn't give a materialistic example. I gave
Okay.
an adult educational example.
Hmm.
How would you feel if you told your kid, man, I know this is a dream, you work extremely hard, even let's say they got a full ride, but you got to pay for housing, you got to pay for laundry, you got to pay for food, and you be like, damn, even with a full ride, I can't afford as a parent to kick in and pay the difference. How would you feel?
See, but my mentality is different than yours. First of all, it's been ingrained to you that you have to have a certain title or place to work at to seem successful. I don't know what your mentality is. To me, it don't matter where my kid works at, as long as he's doing something, gig work, job,
You
right? As long as he's getting he's living and working for his food, he's good. But if he wants
that's
to,
not the
if he
question.
wants
That's
to,
not the
if
question.
what's the question then? Because
The
you're
question
skewing
is
already. You're
if
saying you're giving like
no,
a top extreme plan for my kid. Why don't you say, oh, he wants to be a, let's say, he
why
wants to
would I
work at Wendy's.
why would I belittle listen, one thing about me when it comes to kids, I'm gonna always put on that. Why would I want to belittle your kid to Wendy's?
But what's wrong with a
If I'm
person
if
being
I
a
hold on,
janitor or
hold on.
something? What's
If
wrong with it?
I listen, that's fine. Your other kids may go, but
Mm.
that's why I said in the example, what if you have this child? See, the thing is kids are different. What if your child excels and performs exceptionally well
Nah,
and they are hold on. What do you mean nah?
because kids are not born with that mentality. Parents stick that mentality into kids. That's why kids go to college at
No,
18. They get in
no.
debt.
A
They get into
genius
debt,
is
and
born
then
a
they end up
genius.
not.
A genius is
Nah,
born a genius. Listen,
you're made a genius.
you can't control if you have a kid that just performs exceptionally well and they
Every
want to
person has this
they
ability,
what do you mean? So
unless it's named or
why are you
handicapped.
putting limit? But see this, and you're proving my
You're
point.
putting limits, not me.
You're proving my point. I gave an
How?
example and gave a hypothetical, putting your kid way up here, and you say, "No, Mark, bring
That's
him back
according to
down
you,
here."
though. According to you, that's up. right? Office job,
We're
investing,
not.
whatever it is that you think
We
is up.
haven't got to jobs. We're talking
Well,
about
you said
higher
degree.
education. We
You
said
said right.
higher
Right,
education.
to me, higher education means lower education. Now, for me, that's just my personal uh,
What are
personal
you talking
opinion,
about?
right?
First of
I'd
all,
rather him be ignorant than go to
first of
college
all,
now. But that's just me.
in order to get accepted to Harvard and Yale, you are creme de la creme. Listen, if
That's
my
according to
kid,
you.
if my,
According to you.
listen, and then according to me, it's a you ain't everybody. Listen, ain't everybody getting into Harvard and Yale. That's creme de la creme.
All right.
That is
For you.
that's a feat
Not for
within
me.
itself. That is just to get accepted is an accomplishment within itself. What
Good
do you
for them.
mean?
Not for me.
We're using a hypothetical. So you mean to tell me if you had a child that excels exceptionally well?
He can excel at making cardboard houses. That's as long as he excels, he's good.
No, we're saying if you have a child that wants to go because they got accepted and they want this higher level of education because they accepted.
Right.
A person,
Right.
listen, a
They'll get it
person
who wants it. Somebody who wants it will get it no matter the situation they're in.
you missing. I don't know
It's
if you're
true.
missing the point or you're not understanding what I'm saying.
I'm just saying you're putting that standard because that's what everybody thinks, right? Everybody's like, I got to go to college. That's why they end up in debt. They have the same mentality ingrained into them. They don't really think for themselves. That's ingrained by their parents. Nobody goes to school because they want to go to school. That's the parents telling them go to school. Go to I homeschool my kids because I see the horror that a public school does. But no kid wants to go to school. That has to be ingrained by the parents. The discipline. Nobody's born with discipline, bro. No kid is born a genius. They have to be disciplined to that.
I disagree.
That's true.
There's plenty of people that are just born.
Are you a parent? Are you a parent?
Bro, there's kids out here that are 3 or 4 years old that are coding computers right now, bro. That are coding programs.
They're parents.
No, it's just some people are geniuses, bro. The word genius just doesn't exist. Hold on. The word genius doesn't exist just because it just exists, bro.
Everyone should be a genius. Is that what you're saying? Everyone should be a genius?
No, I never said. First of all, this is a hypothetical, bro. You wouldn't let me finish the hypotheticals because you keep steering in another direction. I was saying because you said you're poor and you're poor by choice. What if you have a child that excels exceptionally well, whether you homeschool them or not? They get invited to come to an Ivy League school, and because in order to get invited to an Ivy League school, that means they're really, really smart. And a person that really, really smart is shooting for the stars. That child is going to want to go to that Ivy League school. But because you've been complacent for 18 years and you didn't think to the future for your kid.
What is complacency?
You just said it. You said you're poor by choice. That's complacency.
Right. That's complacent?
Yes.
But you're putting it like a bad thing, like, oh, that's a bad label.
To me,
poor by choice means I don't want to have the freaking $20 debt just to live.
No. To me, it's a bad thing. To you, it's not, and I'm okay with that. I can't be complacent because I understand how the world works. The cost of living is going. Hold on. Do you own anything?
My car.
That's it. Do you own property?
No.
Let me give you an example for this property that I own right here. When I bought this place 11 years ago, my association fees, just my association fees, were less than $400. My association fees were less than $400. Don't got shit to do with my mortgage. Don't got shit to do with my taxes. Don't got shit to do with
Give me a second, bro. My bad. I'm sorry. My bad. Give me a second.
Go ahead. All right. So what I was finna saying, you say you don't own anything. I'm giving you a
now because look, listen. Can I before you go?
Go ahead.
I don't own anything because I don't want to own anything.
But here, that's fine. But I'm giving you an example of why you the way you're thinking is not good.
Yeah, I know that.
So
for you,
no, for anybody. I'm just giving you an example, bro.
So poor people are they're gone. They're done.
It don't matter, poor, rich, middle class.
If you're poor right now in the chat, you don't own anything. You're done.
No, you're not letting me talk.
Okay, go ahead.
We could look at it from a rent perspective. You rent, right? You rent, right?
Right.
Whatever you're renting today, that same unit that you're living in today, 20 years ago, it was less than what you're paying today.
Right, I got you. Yeah, but I'm making twice or three times as more as I used to. So
No,
with a
you,
job, I only make
20,
180 maybe.
20 years ago, you were 21. You're probably still living at home. That's not
No,
the
no, I
point.
moved that early. I moved that early.
This is what I'm telling you, bro.
I got married at
Getting
21, bro.
congratulations. But here's what I'm telling you.
And I'm poor. Imagine if I was rich and my wife was.
So what are you saying, bro? Like I don't understand what we're talking about.
I'm just trying to get the because you're saying get a job, right? And I've had a job, and there's
You
nothing
don't
wrong
have
with a
to.
job. But if you have a possibility to make more money in a way where you can a business kind of perspective, because a job will just limit you to $180 a day if you that's what you make, and plus overtime unless they take your taxes. But with a gig app, you have ability to be with your family and make more money if you like.
So
So
you
why would
just
you
said
choose a job
you you
unless
you
you got finance your car and you don't know how to fix your car and you make bad decisions? I make bad decisions. That's why I'm not there.
you tell.
But
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Go
but at
ahead.
least I
Go
can
ahead.
fix my car, and it's I have the knowledge, and I do things myself. So
Okay.
it's no debt in my car, so I'm not trying to drive a luxury car in order to pay that. That makes no sense to me. You doing
You
gig work
keep
to pay for finance car makes no sense to me.
you keep looking at shit from a superficial, materialistic
Okay,
point of view, and I'm not even
that's how
using
most
those
people
type.
are though.
We're not talking about most people. Listen, you just said you rather do something that's more business. Just don't
No,
just by
because
talking
I
to
read
you.
on the chat
Oh,
somebody said like, oh, the parents think like this. Like I'm with my daughter. There's parents who work and their daughters like being hoes outside.
what does that got to
Like,
do with
look, bro,
anything, bro?
I went to the park. I'm just giving. I'm just talking to the person in the chat. There's a parent, bro. I went to the park. I went to the park yesterday. A little girl, bro. You know what? The little girl started talking to everybody. Just started talking to the old man. She wanted to leave with the old man. The old man said, "Hey, let girl go." The girl came to me and started messing with me and my daughter. She started playing, and she's like, I didn't ask the girl. I didn't ask her. She said, "My daddy's in a stupid phone." I'm like, okay. The girl could have been raped. The girl could have been abducted. Like there's so many cases like that, bro. Me, I'm taking care of my kids. That maybe I'm not. Maybe they might say my dad didn't give me what what a lot of kids have the tablets, the super duper things. But he was with us. He protected us. He was with us. Gave us time. Showed us things, right? And
Mm-hmm.
maybe when I'm old, they might not. But at least I was there with them. Had memories, made memories, showed them things. Didn't let other people raise my kids. Didn't let the babysitter raise my kids. Didn't let the school raise my kids. So to people who have the same mindset where they go to college, they think going to college, being rich is some super thing in their life. They're already stuck in that thing where, oh, that guy is horrible. Oh my God, he's with his kids all day. Oh my God, he doesn't give his kids everything they want, the superficial material things. So to them, it might not make sense because they're superficial. So they want the material stuff. They think success is owning things or whatever having material things, whatever they think it is. But like I said, the best thing as a parent you can do for your kids, especially when they're their age, this age, to be with them. A lot of parents put them in daycare, like the nanny raises them. That's worse than me raising my
That's
kids what
cool.
I'm naturally
If
supposed to do, right?
that's what you want to do. That's
That's
fine.
me,
You
right?
said
That's me,
yeah.
right?
So, but
Right.
you're not the type of person that my
Okay.
content isn't for a guy like you.
No,
See,
I
you're
was just because on the Dante London, I think that's how I got to you. But then
mhm.
you're like, pick a job, go get a job. Like gig work
Yeah,
is
he
a
should
job,
he
man.
should he
You
should
know how
no
many
it's
freaking
not.
packs of water I
No
have to
it's not.
put up?
No
You know how many
gig
packs of water, how
listen,
many orders I gotta do to put up? That's a work, bro. That's hard work.
gig work is not a job, it's a gig.
But it's work.
It's a it's a there's work.
Go lift 6 packs of the 12 waters up third floor. See if that's not work for you.
See, this is how I know you don't watch my channel.
No, I'm
You
just
know
giving you
what?
because you're
You
saying it's
no
not
no,
work, right?
and
You
that
said
ain't
it's not
shit.
work.
That ain't shit to
What do you
me.
mean?
It's not shit to
You said
me.
it's not work. You said it's
It's
not
not
work.
shit to me, bro. It's not shit to me.
Not
Lifting
shit, but
six,
work. It's work.
it ain't
It's
work
work
to
though.
me. That's nothing.
Oh, to use that work? Okay.
I look at
All right.
that as cardio. That ain't shit to me. You
Good.
might
It's
go tell
work.
that's
So cardio is not work.
no,
That's why you call it a
no.
workout. That's why you
Lifting,
call cardio
listen,
a workout, bro.
this is how I know you don't watch my content, because anybody that watches my
Okay, my
content
bad.
is laughing right now. You don't know my background. 6 cases of water up 3 flights of stairs. Boy, you know the type of shit I took
I'm
up
just
3 flights of
saying,
stairs?
bro. There's
That
people
ain't
that work.
shit.
There's people that jobs that they just sit around all day. They don't do nothing. They have a job.
What does
I've
that
been
got?
to those jobs, bro.
What the fuck does what does that have to do with anything, bro?
I'm just. You're giving the example. That's not a job. It's not work. It's not
It's
shit.
not a
Like
job.
that's
It's
on the
not.
for a
It's
lazy person. A lazy person anywhere they go, they don't do shit. A job, a
bro.
gig work. A
A
person who works
gig,
hard will work anywhere.
a
Gig
gig is
work,
a gig is a gig. The word
work,
gig is what it is.
gig work.
It's a
It's not
gig, bro.
providing a service or job.
It's something to supplement something else, bro.
What do you mean supplement?
This is what I'm saying, bro.
It's not stable, but a job supplements too. That's why you
Okay,
gotta get 2 jobs if you
okay,
ain't got
okay, okay. Let's hold it. Let's stay right there. You saying it's not stable, but
right.
you continue to say this is what you rather do. You rather continue to do. You
Yeah.
rather do something that's not stable.
Right, because I'm doing it the right way. I don't take the crappy orders that people do. I don't finance my car, right?
All
I
right,
don't look for the house. I don't DoorDash to pay my rent or pay my car note. That's ridiculous, bro.
That's cool, but what I'm trying to tell you is complacency is getting by, and getting by will only get you by for so long
I
until
get that.
until
I
life
get that.
until life catches up, and then you're going to be behind.
But that's even with people with money. You can lose everything in one moment. When you
A
invest, you
person
can lose it like that.
a
Right?
person who has a
Everything
person
has
who has,
that.
see, bro, I don't think like that, bro. I don't think with a lower
I respect you.
mindset.
I'm not saying
Like I listen. I have to get it, bro. By any means, however I got to do, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Let me, and don't take offense to this, because I know you on the new. And when I say what I'm finna say, I don't mean it like in a criminal way. I'm talking, everything is from a business perspective.
I got you. My bad.
Forgive me for what I'm about to say. If I got to take your food off your table and out your household from a business perspective and bring it into mine, so be it.
I got you.
I don't think minimalistic, bro. I think way up there. Right. Why? Because if I keep my mind frame down here, I'm gonna get minimal results.
Right.
I know what it costs to live. I've never seen the cost of living.
But why do you do that? What's the purpose for you reaching that goal? What is that purpose for?
So because the cost, because the cost of living continues to go up.
Oh,
that
way.
Okay. So if I have a complacency mindset, the cost of living is going to beat me. I'm trying to stay ahead of the cost of living.
Right.
I'm trying to stay ahead of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Before you cut me off, I was going to give
you got kids. How old are you?
I'm 45.
You got kids? Wife?
So you know why? You know what? Hold on.
Being poor, bro, you should have been at 25. You should have been with that already. But that's what you don't want that though. See, that's you don't want to be married or with kids by choice.
And no, it's not by choice. It's because
okay.
I'm not married. I'm not. See, my life.
Who's more
everything.
Hold
on.
You got money.
You never let me finish a question, bro. Everything I do is intentional. Everything that I do is intentional.
Okay.
You think I'm a bad guy now?
Give me a second.
Go ahead. If this is the mindset, yeah, I see the opportunity. I like this conversation, man. What were you saying? Keep going.
So, man, the sacrifice thing, because I hear about a lot of people talk about sacrifice, and I kind of, when I hear sacrifice, I kind of, since I'm religious, I kind of note it to religious side, but that's why I asked you, what do you say a sacrifice? But I see a lot of that in my community, man. People like, I'm from another country, so I've seen a lot of people migrate illegally to this country, and they sacrifice a whole lot of family, bro. You know, and they divorce, they leave the kids behind. 20 years, they don't see them. They just send money. They don't really know the kids.
My parents are divorced.
Sacrifice to me is worthless, bro.
My parents are divorced. My mother worked all the time, more time at work than with me and my brother. I think I turned out okay.
No, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I didn't turn out okay because I make money. Right?
Because I understand why my parent worked. So
get
we can
you.
have a
You
better listen.
no.
So we
See,
can
this
have
is a
so we
wait,
can
wait, wait,
no no
wait.
no. So we
You
can have a
said you
better
understand why
quality
your
of life.
parents work, right? Work.
Yeah,
Why do
yeah.
people work?
To earn so that we can
To eat.
have
To
a
eat.
quality of
To
to
eat, right?
eat, to
To
have
eat,
clothes,
right?
to have a roof over our
You can go.
head.
You can go without clothes. You can go without clothes. To eat, right?
Bro, are you
Nice
serious
for the winter.
are you is this serious? Is this a
I'm just
serious
giving you a
conversation?
perspective. It's a serious conversation, bro. Because a lot of people think you got to work to make luxury. You don't have to work to make luxury. That's
Bro,
why you
why do you
stressed
keep
out.
saying luxury? Why who's stressed
Because
out?
people don't need the
Who's
things
work?
that they have right now. They don't need them really.
We're not talking about
Let's
luxury.
take
We're
Dante
talking
London.
about
Dante London has a freaking truck that he don't need
all right.
right now.
That's his fault. That goes back to what I said.
Right. The
Choices and
decision has
decisions.
nothing to do with the
You
app.
can't
It's him.
you can't go from a vehicle where the bottom is rusted to what was it a Laramie. He couldn't afford the truck.
Exactly.
He could have went and got him
Why
a
did he get the
$10,000.
Why did
It
he
could have
get the
went.
truck though?
That's a poor choice and
The
decision. That was an
luxury.
ignorant choice and
Right.
decision.
So
But
you know
that's
what his son's
him.
gonna say? You know what his son's gonna say if he turns out like he was gonna say, my dad had to work and stuff like that, right? My dad had to make
Well,
decisions. He had to get the
I
car.
I I'm
No,
retired.
the bad decisions.
I'm
Some parents
retired.
make
I'm
bad
retired,
decisions,
bro.
bro.
I'm retired. You know how I've been
You don't
streaming
excuse your
since
parents'
two.
decisions,
Hold on. No. Parents work
but they also
to
make bad
provide.
choices, don't they?
No,
Like you could.
no,
So am I making a bad choice
no.
according to you and not being complacent? Am I making a bad choice to you by me
In
being
my
complacent?
opinion,
Right.
shouldn't matter to you. But in my opinion, yes, our complacency
Okay. So now
is
parents make bad
bad.
choices, right? So parents make bad choices.
Well, no, some
So, no,
parents
so
make
I'm not
bad
making a bad
choices.
choice. So I'm
Some
not making a
parents
bad
make bad
choice.
choices. I look at my parent. I think she did exceptionally well. I saw her sacrifice. I saw her work every single day. And
That's what I'm saying
unfortunately,
to you. What is sacrifice to you? What did she sacrifice?
working to provide a better quality of
That's not
life.
sacrifice. People had to work. That's not a sacrifice. You have to work, or else you don't eat.
You
Sacrificing is
you
look,
here
baby,
no no no
baby.
no
I'm
no
willing to get a $20,000 car,
no no
so I'm willing to take this
let
car
me answer, bro.
and
Let me
leave you with
answer.
a babysitter real quick.
Let me answer, bro. You never let me answer.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
My mother was a public school teacher, right? Public school teacher. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 2:30 whenever the bell rang. My mother didn't stop right there. There's something that's called after school. Any teachers that wanted to sign up and teach after school, it provided them an opportunity to make additional income. My mother taught after school. So when 2:30, when a lot of the teachers are leaving the school, my mother didn't leave the school. My mother was at the school till 5. Where did I go? I had to go to Granny's house. June, right. School lets out for the summer. Chicago public school teachers back then, I don't think now, they still get paid their salary the 2 months that they're not working. But there's a such thing called summer school. You could teach summer school and have less vacation, which equals to 1 month because summer school is about a month and a half. So you'll get your full-time pay and you'll get that additional pay to teach summer school. My mother taught summer school. Any opportunity. Hold on. I'm telling you the sacrifice. Hold on, bro. Let me finish. The sacrifice was the time. Any opportunity that she could make more money to provide a better quality of life for me and my younger brother, she did it. The sacrifice was the time. Because here's a person who has a good job. They could just sit for 2 months in the summer.
Do you agree with the
hold on, let me finish and continue to get paid. Or let me go make this extra money so that if something does arise later on down the line, which something will, whatever it may be, there'll be more money in the kitty so that I don't get behind. What if the car break down? What if,
learn how to fix it.
What if Mark goes and gets straight A's? I would want to reward my child. Big Mark, I need the mics. Oh, I'm coming every 4 months. I need them. Let me go get these straight A's so mama could get me the mics. That was the incentive for her to go out at that particular time in the early and mid 90s to spend $125 on some sneakers, which was asinine at that time. But what can she do? Mark went to school and worked his butt off to get straight A's because that was the only way she was going to make that sacrifice. Let me go and work these extra hours. Let me go in here work. No. That's what a parent is supposed to do. Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Let me finish cooking.
No.
Well, that's your opinion. Let me finish. I'll let you
my
talk.
opinion. Right. To me, right.
We moved around like nomads. My mother was like, you know what? I want my kids to have a backyard. She worked. She worked all those summer schools. And guess what? She bought a house, gave us a backyard, laid down some concrete, put up a rim for me and my brother to shoot so we didn't have to, go shoot in other people's backyards that had rims. All the sacrifice was to provide us a better quality of life. What are you talking about, bro? Why
have you ever seen
what are you talking about?
Have you ever seen a bunch of chicks with a little chicken, the mom chicken? Have you ever seen that?
I don't even know what the fuck are you talking about, mom chicken? What is that? What is that?
I'm just saying that sometimes animals have more productive mentalities than humans, man, in a way, and we should copy them. But look, I can understand people sacrifice, and to me, sacrifice is like, let's say my kid needs a heart. He has heart failure, or something like that. Something where I could donate something of my body, right? Or let's say I want to die so that person lives. That's sacrifice. To
Why
give
you think like
a person
that,
a backyard, to give a person a good shoes, that's luxury, bro. It has
Why
nothing to do
you think
they sacrifice that for themselves, not for the kids.
Why
They want the backyard. The kids don't need the backyard. The kids need time with their parents.
The kid needs a backyard. Kids need to run around and play. Yes, they do.
Poor people,
kids need backyard.
You're not good parents. You got no backyard. You're probably Section 8. You got only one bedroom. Sorry, poor guys. You're screwed. You need to have a backyard in order for you to be a parent. That's the most, bro. I come from a country where the poverty here is nothing compared to where I've been. And my grandmother, bro, she made it through with 12 kids, right? 12 kids, and now they all have businesses. But they look how they repaid her. They always take care of her. Always take care of her. And they didn't have no backyard, no fancy things. It's all just time with them, feeding them.
What country do you come? What country is your native country, sir?
South America, I'll say that.
Why are you so secretive on? I mean, you can give me Brazil.
People are crazy. Look, people are really crazy. I'm just crazy with my
bro. If you tell me,
a lot of people are crazy.
If you tell me Brazil, like I'm not gonna find you in Brazil.
South America,
right?
South America.
All right, South America. Is it a third world country?
Yes. What first world country is in South America? Argentina.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not from there. I'm from America.
I know you're from America, but
and
also
guess
live
what?
the planet.
and guess what? You live in America now.
Right, but I live on the planet, so it's not just America. But what I'm telling you is that sacrifice to me is willing to give my life so someone can live and eat. But if you're sacrificing your time with your kids to give them luxuries, you're a bad parent. You really are.
I didn't give you an example of luxuries. I gave you examples of quality.
Luxury, bro. Not everybody
I gave you. So you don't think a better quality of life is something to strive for?
It's time with your kids, taking them to the park.
Okay, let's stay right there. Let's stay right there. Let's stay. No. Let's stay right there. Let's stay right there. Your kid excels. Do you think rewarding your kid is a good thing?
If he wants it, he'll get it. Sonny, you want that? Go get it.
Does your kid have a video? How old does your oldest kid play with video games? Do you have video game systems in the home?
Yeah.
So you do, but you probably play it though.
No.
Okay.
I built them. I used to build arcades, so yeah, I kind of.
So would you consider a video game a luxury because it's not a necessity?
That's true. Yeah, it's a luxury. That's right. But I'm not sacrificing my time to give them that.
well, guess what? You are sacrificing your time.
Watching them.
No. You are sacrificing. You're exchanging time for money. You're exchanging your time for money to buy materialistic things.
To me, time is living.
You are contradicting yourself.
To business,
you're contradicting yourself.
Time is money. To a person with emotions, right? Good emotions, not angry. Angry is not good. But a person with good emotions, time is living. Live,
What?
bro. You've been. How old are you? 45. You should have a
45, bro.
family with 3, 4, 5 kids, bro. That's living.
That's in your opinion.
Money don't love you back. You might be able
That's
to
in
buy love from
that that
somebody, but they don't love you back.
that's in your
Really.
opinion. That's in your
Right. It's my
opinion,
opinion.
bro.
Right. That's my
Listen,
opinion. Right.
I could easily go out here and skeet.
I know.
Is it going to be
Money, you can do
beneficial for?
anything. That's true.
Hold on. Is it going to be beneficial for me in the long run?
Yes.
If I just no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's
That's
not.
what life is about,
If
bro.
if I do it, hold on. No. Listen, you don't ever finish. If I do it irresponsibly, it's not going to benefit me. Hold on.
What do you
It's
mean
not going to.
irresponsibly? So the poor are all irresponsible.
You won't let me finish.
can't
You
stop
never let me
poor.
finish you never let me finish to be able to comprehend what I'm about to say, bro. You keep going back to this poor shit, bro. I don't even say that word, bro. To me, that word like poor, like you say this word like
there's poverty,
like
bro. That's reality.
You put poor is a mindset, pimp.
It's true. That's true.
Listen,
That's true.
we
But there's
grew
also
up,
financial poverty.
we grew up poor. We're not poor no more.
True.
We grew up
Right,
poor.
right.
We not poor no more. You know,
but not poor
no.
mentally.
We not poor no more because we worked ourselves up out of it, pimp.
I got you. I know. I understand. I just don't agree with the way they get to that place. Most people.
The way they get to that place by working.
You think it's a good? No. By sacrificing the kids to give them a backyard, give them a better house,
it's not a bro. Listen to me. When you have a kid, that's a bill. You can look at it how you want to look at it. It's a bill. The more kids you have, the more your cost of living increases, which means you have to increase your revenue. Bro, what are we talking about? It is true.
No. Everything is a cost, but it doesn't have to be a rope around you. You make it a rope. Nobody tells you to finance a car. You finance a car. You put that rope in your head. Your kid doesn't ask you for Jordans or a backyard. You put that loop in your back. Your kid just asks time and protection. All the kid wants, especially at that age, all they want is time and protection.
How old is your oldest?
You teach them. Then you teach.
How old is your oldest?
My oldest is 8. My oldest is 8.
Oh, I can't. I wonder if you're gonna have the same mindset when they get 13 and 14.
Yeah, let me wait. I'm not gonna be cocky and say I don't know. I'm still a parent, but at least I'm with them. I'm protecting them, showing them, being with them, right? So I'm good with that. They might not have a backyard, but they go to the park. They play with the kids over there. Play with the mom.
But that's good. But you're digressing from where the conversation originated from. You're digressing.
I could be annoying. That's true. I'll give you that.
No, this is great. Listen,
okay.
The people that follow my channel, they know I'm loving this right now. They're probably no, this is great. This is great, bro. I didn't go get my second workout in.
That's the best show in the world. I'm gonna call CPS on them. That's what they think, probably.
No, this is great. No, this is great. I enjoy having this conversation. But I think you're complacent, though.
Well, if you say I choose by choice to be poor and complacent is something where somebody chooses, yeah, that's my choice. True. Right, I don't see it as bad. I mean, you might see it as bad. I don't see it as bad.
In 5 to 10 years,
potential. I know I could be rich if I wanted to. I know I could.
We're not talking. We're not. This isn't a conversation of rich and poor. This is a conversation of survival.
Well,
in 5 to 10 years, you're gonna understand why being complacent today.
Could be.
You're gonna wish you never been complacent.
It could be. I'm not gonna be cocky. Could be. Hopefully, it doesn't work out that way. Hopefully,
no.
My kids take care of me. Hopefully, my kid loves me. You know, they don't leave me at the old people's home and like most people do, right? But if that happens, you know, life is life, man. Sometimes, you know, you can't dictate everything with the point of a pen, right? You can't say, oh, the future is gonna have, because if I get money, the future is gonna be this way, that way. You can't do that,
bro.
Even people with money can be that
you're old enough to know and be able to forecast what the future. You've lived enough life to not be this ignorant.
Forecast the future. I don't know if I'm gonna die tomorrow.
From a
How can I do that?
No. From a cost of living perspective, you're 40 years old. You said, right? You're 40, right?
But I also know how to budget, right? So if the cost of living goes up, my living goes down, right? Now, if there's a way I can take advantage of the time, like let's say right now I'm making $2,000 a month, I stack that up, right? Budget, and then maybe when things get better, I could get something better, and then get a business, or because I've done businesses before. Me and my wife used to sell. My wife used to sell cakes out of the car. We used to go marketplace. Put the the cakes and all that on Marketplace. We would get customers. I would also sell arcades online, Facebook, right? That was back in 2020. So I know how to go to a business. I know how to do that. But meanwhile, I'm taking advantage of the money I'm making right here because it's just go picking up the bag of money. And if you know how to work it, you're not gonna take $2 orders, bro. If you're taking two $5 orders, you got a finance car, you got to pay for your house, your rent is $2,000, your car note is 15. You're not gonna make it in gig work full time. You're screwed, man. But if
See
you know how to
that
budget,
see
you take advantage of the time, then you're
see
good.
that's the thing. And really, what you really want to say is you don't have to accept $2, because you have to accept whatever
Right.
they
Choice.
give to you.
Choice.
See,
Right.
my mindset is I go take what I want. See, I don't have to wait to accept anything.
Oh,
I just go take it.
I got you. Right. I got you. But you got no kids and a wife, so
And listen. Good. That's good for guys like you. See,
bro,
me. Hold on. Let me
life is
cook.
about
No.
humans, man. Money is secondary. Money is secondary, man.
Let me cook.
Okay,
The
go ahead.
worst thing that could happen for you, for a guy like me, is for me to have that. Me have a kid.
Right.
Me have a kid, and I'm looking at this little Mark. I'm coming to take everything you got. That's going to turn me into. It's going to make me worse. It's going to make me worse. You know why? Because I understand what's going to happen in another 10, 15, 20 years. My kid and your kid are going to be competing, and I'm training my kid to destroy your kid.
I got you. I know.
You know why? Because opportunities are going to be
financially.
No, opportunities are going to be more scarce. So I have to prepare my child to be able. Opportunities are to
because I'm poor.
Everything. Everything.
Woman, bro.
Let me explain something to you. Everything, because opportunities are going to be more scarce. Now, me being who I am, if they want to go out in the world and try to sustain on their own, they're cool. But if they don't want to, cool, right? But they're going to have a better fighting chance because I'm preparing them, I'm prepping them for it.
I get what you're saying, man. I just don't agree
what you
with
talking about? It's going to make no.
You should have done that with 25, bro.
Because life is about choices and decisions. So the moment that I decided to bring little Mark into hold on, no. Let me. No, you don't know that. You don't know that.
I'm not just saying.
Bro,
no. Lonely, man.
No. See, this is the only angle. I'm not lonely. My chick is beautiful.
You in a way. Humans were designed to have a mate. Unless you just want to.
Who says I'm? Here's the thing, bro. Who says I'm not? I'm 45, bro. I'm still young.
Time is right. Time
listen
is
to me,
money.
bro.
Right?
Hold on. I'm all listen.
You're not living if you don't have a family.
Listen to me. I'm already retired, family. So I have more time. No. Listen to me.
Even more of a reason why you should have had a family or should have a family.
Bro, I'm going to let you talk, bro. This is your show.
My bad.
What's your name, bro?
I'll mute it.
Santi? No, I'm mute. Just let me. It's a conversation, bro. Me having a kid, anything they want, they got to have it. Before they ask for it, they going to have it. They ain't got to ask, pimp. I'm ruthless now. The last thing is my kid snotty nose and
time is
dirty sneakers and all this goofy ass shit. They're gonna have everything.
Time is ticking, man. You're 45, man.
It ain't time ain't ticking. I got plenty of time. And here's the thing:
what?
hold on, let me finish. If I choose not to, then that's cool too.
I'm playing. I'm joking on you because you're like making me seem like I'm
I didn't make you seem. You're right. Time is ticking. That's why when I was 30.
For me too, right?
Hold on. That's why when I was 30, I saw an opportunity and I focused on it. I was intentional and I did what I needed to do. When opportunities were presented to me, I assessed the opportunities and I made wise decisions. And I purchased property.
Right.
I understood early. Hold on. I understood early on that things don't last forever. I realized that early on. And guess what? Unbeknownst to me, 10 years into my tenure in business, 2020 hit, a pandemic hit. Now, if I would have went out and I would have made dumbass decisions throughout my course of
Have you made dumb
hold
decisions?
on.
Yes or no?
From in business or in life?
In life and business, even in business, not
In
everything's
life,
perfect in business either, man.
in life, in my 20s, I made I wouldn't say bad decisions. I made decisions just not so good, right?
Not so bad. Right.
If I could go back, and it wasn't bad decisions. Like I wasn't like having sex unprotected and got 5 or 6 different baby mamas. I wasn't going out here doing crazy things that would affect, my life for years and years and years. It was just bad decisions. If I could go back in time, I would have stuck with my first major, the major that my OG told me to do, but I switched it. You know what I'm saying? If I would do things a lot differently, but not everything, right? So
but don't you think your environment shapes you? Don't you think your environment shapes you kind of? The environment you're in shapes you a little bit?
That's a great point, and that's why I'm so ruthless.
Okay.
This is why I'm ruthless.
My dad was hardworking, bro, but he didn't. It didn't rub on me like that.
I come from a very tough environment. I come from a very tough background. I grew up in the 80s, drugs in the family, in the neighborhood, right? I'm from Chicago. My cost of living is high. Like I don't have this time to be sitting around here being complacent. Like I can't listen. Complacency will.
It's not being married. Wait. Is not having a family being complacent by choice? Well, you by choice or not choice?
I'm not married, bro. I don't want to have a kid out of wedlock.
But by choice or no choice? By force, you're not married, or by your choice, you don't want to be married or kids?
By circumstance.
What? Come on, everything's a choice, man. Nothing.
I just told you.
Random.
No. I just told you. Do you understand what circumstance means?
Choice. Okay. It's just
circumstance. Circumstance.
Choice.
No. Circumstance.
Force.
Circumstance. Circumstance.
Come on, man.
Circumstance.
So okay, so I'm not complacent by force. Circumstance.
Circumstance, bro. Listen, I'm not no sucker. I'm not. See, a lot of people get married nowadays. People get married just so they can take pictures and post them on their Instagram. This is why the divorce rate. Everybody that got married during the pandemic is divorced now. I swear. No, on everything I look, everybody that was getting married, that influx of people that got married during the pandemic is now have filed for divorce or have already went through the process of being divorced.
But marriage is not the problem. It's the mindset.
Because they did it for all the wrong reasons, bro. Listen,
right.
Finding a partner today is harder than it was 20, 30 years ago. Why?
Come on, bro. Excuses. You sound like
it's not excuses, bro. How the fuck I sound like Dante London?
Women are still the same. You can't women.
No.
Change. Men change, not women.
No.
Men change their mindset.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. No. Stay right there. I'm not Dante London. You know why? Because if I was fucked up like Dante London, hold on. If I was in Dante London's position, I wouldn't even be married. I would have never got married.
But
I was single. Let me explain to you something. He got married in the same situation that he's in. He got married. He wasn't up. He was fucked up. He wasn't up. He was fucked up. So hold on. So getting married, dating, and all that shit when you ain't got yourself figured out, that would be the last thing. Listen, hold on. Let me explain something to you. Let me tell you how Big Mark get down. Let me tell you how Big Mark get down. If Big Mark fucked up, hold on. If Big Mark fucked up, the last thing I'm worried about is a woman. I'm trying to chase that bag, pimp. I'm not chasing.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Sex and all that shit ain't nothing. Ain't no motion. Ain't nothing shaking. I gotta go get to that mugger. Period. Nigga, I'm from that cloth. MOB. I gotta get to that mugger.
Right. So, but when you're young, exactly. Right. When you're young, you gotta think that's where I got
No. It's always about the mugger.
The money.
Always. Money? You know why? You know why? Because
me,
when it's time, that's on you. See, life is about choices and decisions. Listen, when I want to step out, you dig what I'm saying? We ain't half-assing nothing. Go on, baby, get your nails done. Yeah, get your feet done. We stepping out. See, that's the difference between that's the difference between goddamn it, Longhorn and goddamn Morton's. See, I went to Longhorn one time. I'm like, I don't like this shit. I need goddamn Cajun ribeye.
Right, I got you.
I gotta go to Gibson's. That's the difference between Mexican Mike's, which is Team Jordans, right, and them retros. My shit gotta say Nike Air on the back, and this gotta be 1 through 14. Anything after 14, we ain't fucking with it. The colorways, and Mike didn't have them on his feet. They ain't going on mine. Mexican Mikes and retros. It's a difference, pimp. I'm not settling. If I can't do it, then I'm not going to do it at all. I'm going to do what it takes so that I can do it.
So if there's no perfect woman out there, you just.
No, it's not about perfect one. It's not. No. It's gotta be like this.
Nothing's perfect like that, bro.
I get that, but if it ain't close to
marriage
this,
then
listen to me.
Marriage is a job. Marriage is work.
Listen to me. Let me explain something to you.
It's not a business, it's a job.
First of all, we come from two different cultures, pimp. We come from two different cultures. We come from two different walks of life.
We come from
We come from different walks of life. We come from different
come on, man. You
sides
got a
of
penis, I got a penis. Come on, don't have nothing to do with culture, bro. The penis,
all right,
you got a penis. We both need women. You're not gay, I'm not gay. We both need women, right?
You come from a third world country, sir. So women there are different from. I live in Iraq. The women here. Right. Hold on.
I did marry my wife in my country.
I can go to your country and probably find maybe a more submissive, less materialistic. This, then, okay. That's the point that I'm trying to make. See, you're not well versed from a geographical perspective to even understand the lesson that I'm giving to you. I have assets to protect, sir.
I get it. I have family with money, bro. I'm not like I'm not.
No. Listen, let me explain something to you. No, bro. You missing the point,
I see how they live.
All right, bro. I can't. You got it. I'm gonna let you talk. No, I'm gonna let you cook. Just cook, bro. You got it.
No, because you said marriage is a business. I say marriage is a job, man. Because a job, like, it kind of hassles you once in a while. You want to go because it gives you sex, right?
Well, that's why.
Dude, but sometimes the job don't really want to do the job.
Can your kids hear this? Because I gotta say something really graphic for you to understand.
No, they can't. They can't hear it now.
All right, so a lot of dudes get married now so they can have in-house pussy.
What's wrong with that?
They thirsty to have in-house pussy.
What's wrong with that?
And this is why.
This is what a man wants.
See, that's what you want. That's what you prioritize.
That's what all men want. That's what all men want.
This is what you prioritize.
That's what.
No. Yeah. But where do you put it? Hold on. But where do you put it on the priority list?
On the marriage?
No. First. In-house pussy. You put it first. You put it first.
Yes.
No.
If there's no connection sexually between you and your wife,
hold on. So that's why me and you mentally we don't align, because I'm not gonna put that over the mugger.
No, I know. That's because you're business, right? Me, I'm more like.
No, it has nothing to do with business. That in-house pussy ain't. Hold on. Hold on. Let me cook. That in-house pussy ain't gonna get me in the house to have the in-house pussy unless it's money to cover that rent or cover that mortgage. So how can I prioritize the in-house pussy if the house ain't there because I ain't went and prioritized the money to get the house?
If you got pussy with no money, imagine with money.
Dude,
if your girl is willing to stay with you with no money, imagine with money.
The reason why we got on this topic is because you brought up Dante. So, and I'm telling you, you was like, oh, you just like Dante. And I said, bro, no, I'm not, because if I was Dante, if I was Dante, I would be focused on, first of all, when he got married, he wasn't even in a position to get married at that particular time. He should be focusing on himself.
Why? Why? Financially or mentally? Wait.
Okay, so let's look at the hierarchy of the home. If he's going to be the provider, if he ain't got his shit together, why are you getting married? Why are you even dating? The last thing you should be doing is fucking.
Life.
No,
Nobody's perfect.
it ain't
So you have
life.
to be perfect in order to have marriage? That's crazy, bro. Now, I agree.
All right, bro.
Mentally, you have to be prepared. I don't think he's prepared mentally.
She
That's what I
said,
think.
horrible listener. He is acting like he's the host of the
I'm
show.
sorry, my bad. My
She thought.
I'm out.
She,
I don't want to annoy you.
No, you cool. She thought you was the host. I'm the host.
I'm sorry.
I'm the person who getting over. No, it's cool. She just didn't comprehend what's going on. She said unsubscribe, bye. But he's not the host. I am.
She was so annoyed by me. She left. I'm making your people unsubscribe, bro.
No, I don't care. Listen, if you can't comprehend who's the host versus,
I comprehend. I'm just telling you.
No, not you. I'm talking about whoever this lady is that said he is horrible. He's a horrible listener. He is acting as if he is the host of the show. You the person who been over talking about me, and she said unsubscribe. Bye. I'm the host.
Because she don't even know. She's so annoyed by me.
He said that was directed. That was directed at a mod. All right, bye. Whatever. Who cares?
Oh.
So you mentioned him, and I'm telling you, in his situation, the last thing that he should be worried about is being married. He can't effectively.
No. That's where you guys are wrong. That's why I watch all you guys. He's not mentally good. Forget financially. You can go from poor to rich in a second if you're mentally good.
He's mentally good. He's mentally good.
He's not mentally good, bro. He's mentally unstable.
I think. Listen, to be honest with you, I think he's mentally more mentally sound than you.
Than me. He has a finance card with being evicted, and he had all this money to. How is that more stable than me, bro?
Because he knows what he's doing. So for you to say
he don't know what he doesn't know what
no. Listen to what I'm saying.
He knows what he's doing.
The 20 or 30 minutes that I've been talking to you, he's more mentally. Dante London is more mentally sound than you. Yes, he is.
That's crazy.
I know he is. I know he is because everything that he's.
18 years. Let's see how long he lasts with his wife. Let's see how long he lasts with the new girl.
No. Let me tell you why he's more mentally sound than you, because everything he's doing is intentional. Everything he's doing is intentional.
Me too. I just told you I'm poor by choice.
And to me, that's ignorant. Intentional and ignorance are two different things.
I don't want the Dante London truck. I don't want the Dante London truck. I don't want the luxury apartment.
You keep associating complacency with materialistic luxuries. And at the very beginning of this conversation, I told you, complacency will eventually get you behind. Why? Because the cost of living continues to go up this way. You came up here to debate gig work, and I said, bro, I substantiated every single thing that I'm saying with fact. I even showed you chart. I even showed you a chart. So if you agree with my facts and you're in an industry that it's going to continuously go in this direction.
Hasn't gone down. It's gone up for me though.
Listen to me, bro. Listen to me. It's going to continuously go in this direction.
I'll show you what I made this month if you want.
All right, bro. I got you, bro. I can't. You won't let me land my plane. I'll let you do more talking to the point where people just
go ahead.
like your industry is going to continuously go in this direction, down. The cost of living is going to continuously go up in that direction. If you remain complacent, which is right here, eventually you're going to get caught right there, and life is going to happen, and you're going to be behind.
I get you.
You have to continue to go that way. If you're smart enough, if this is the rate of inflation, you have to stay here. If the rate of inflation keeps going, you have to stay here. You want to kind of widen this gap, but you always want to remain here. If you remain here, you're going to go farther that way.
I got you.
You're in a.
Can I say something?
Hold
Can I say
on.
something?
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you talk, but you gotta let me say something, bro. You're fine now, and this is the problem with people who just don't want to listen. You're okay now. A lot of people were okay in 2021. They were in a euphoric phase of a bubble until the bubble burst. A lot of people are okay today and not okay tomorrow. Then I'm going to play a song. It was all good just a week ago. You know why? Because they were complacent. They didn't think about the future. They didn't want to continue to push themselves and elevate themselves so that they can stay ahead of the rate of inflation. You're old enough to understand this shit. You keep saying you're okay. You hold on. You're okay now. But if you remain complacent, all right, bro, you got it. Go ahead.
I didn't say I was okay. I didn't say I was okay, man. I just told you I made bad decisions, but it's not due to the gig work. It's due to my bad decisions. You said inflation goes up, economy, whatever, goes down the rate. But if your mindset stays the same, right? Don't matter if the economy goes up, down, right? It's not going to affect you. Now, it affects me now, not because the gig work is not good. My stupid decisions of eating too much and trying to spend like I'm rich. That's the problem. Most of these gig work app, they want to pay their debt, their car note with doing DoorDash. That's not the right mindset. The mindset is to work for a few years, stack up money, right? And then maybe look for something more, like not a job, a business. Because if you've done gig work, now you're able to know how to run a business, man. You don't want to go from gig work to another job. You want to go from gig work to your own business, right? And I might not make millions, but it feeds you. If the business feeds you, that's all that matters. But people want to do the gig work and pay the luxury apartments, the car notes, and that's not what it's for. Even if you do it full time, or even less if you do it part time. That's not what it's for, man. It's for you to stack up money so that you can start your own business. I think because you're dealing with people, bro. In this job, you're dealing with people, learn how to customer skills, learning all these things that you need in order when you do your own business. It's true, man. Am I speaking out of my butt or what? It's true.
I mean, my business acumen and yours, we're totally different, bro.
Right, because you're looking for the top. Right?
No,
you're looking for the most bag you can get.
Because I understand how things work, and I look at things logically, and you're looking at it from a personal, emotional perspective.
And it could be. I'm not gonna say it could be. It could be. But my thing is, if you got it straight so good, why you're not married and with kids, bro? That's the most fulfilling thing of life. Forget business.
well, I just told you that you want to keep reverting back to the same thing, and I'm gonna give you the same answer.
That's why I asked if marriage was business. You said yes.
Marriage is a business, absolutely. See,
that's what we were on.
Hold on. So your idea of marriage and my idea of marriage, even from a business perspective, is different. Because you're okay with complacency, because you're okay with not owning anything, no assets. The way you were going to who don't own
taxes on whatever you own.
Who don't own anything? See, that's your mindset.
So
hold on. You gotta let me finish something. You going into a marriage and me going into marriage is two different things, pimp. You don't own nothing.
Because I don't want to, though. Not because I can't.
My preparation to go into that marriage and your preparation is two different types of preparation.
So what do you mean? What, bro?
You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand.
Your theories.
No.
You have theories.
You can't stop dancing, bro. Let's stick to what you brought up. You wouldn't understand because you don't own anything.
What do you exactly? I don't want to own anything. I have people. My dad owns things.
That's why you don't look at it from the same perspective.
They work like slaves. They work like slaves.
Who work like slaves? Who work like slaves?
They own things and they work like slaves.
See, that's that. Now we cooking.
I don't want that.
Now we cooking. You don't want to work.
True. It's true. I don't want to work.
There you got it.
I want a business. I want a business.
How you want a business? You don't want a
job. I want a business.
Wait. Hold on. How you want a business but you don't want to work?
What do you mean? I'm working.
What do you mean? What I mean?
That's why I told you picking up groceries ain't just a
No,
walk in the park, bro.
You said your family has businesses and they work like dogs, and I said, well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You don't want to work. You said, right, I don't want to work. I want a business.
It's true.
Listen, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You just threw your family under the bus.
Because work, you're limited, right? So if you get a job, that's when you say work, you mean a job, right? You don't want to get a job. Is that what you're saying?
Bro, I'm confused, bro.
I don't want to get a job.
You just confused me, bro.
I don't want to get. You said work. You meant the job, right? You don't want to work.
You just said your family owns business and they work, but you don't want to work. You want a business.
With business, but they have their
that
own
don't make
business.
sense.
Well, but I'm saying they work to get those businesses. They work like slaves, and they got divorced. Their kids are messed up. Drugs. Alcohol.
So what do you want, bro? Because you're like all over the place, and I just don't really understand.
Because we're talking about marriage. You're not married. You said if I don't know about business, I can't talk about business. If you're not married, how are you going to?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said our business acumen are far apart.
Okay. Right, it's true. I don't want money. To me, marriage is not business. To me, marriage is a
what does money?
job.
What does money? Why do you keep associating things with money? I said acumen, bro. I said acumen. Yes.
That's a fancy word for me, bro.
That's unfortunate.
Why?
I'm not going to dumb myself down to your level. See that goes back to what?
I don't know
hold on. That goes back to what?
Years. That's more.
Hold on. That's where we going back because you didn't even know what complacency was when we first started talking.
Yeah, just being like
and that's the point.
Like mediocre, and whatever.
No.
Or being good with what you. Actually, complacent is kind of like a Bible term where it says, if you're happy with what you have, you're rich. So I'm religious, so that's another part, right? Right.
I'm religious,
but complacent to me just means if you're okay with a plate of food, if you're okay with eating salad and tuna.
No,
right,
you said you're
thanks for that.
You said you're okay with being poor.
Yeah.
And I said poor is a mindset.
Right.
You said you want to be poor by choice. You want to be poor by choice. And I don't understand that, bro. Why do you think so little of yourself?
But when I say poor, I'm saying I don't care about luxuries. Because in order to be rich, you have to have luxuries, right?
No.
Own something, like you said, you don't own anything, so you're poor.
Bro,
you don't have a job, so you're poor.
Listen to me, bro. You said I'm poor by choice.
Right.
And to me, like, who says that?
Me.
All right, well then stay poor. This is why you don't understand what complacency means. This is why you don't understand when I say words like acumen. Because you want to live a life down here. And down here means financially.
I'm happy with my life. Bro.
Hold on. And it means educate. Right, but you wanted to have this conversation. So listen to me. I'm okay with listen to me. I'm okay with you wanting to be down here.
Job and a gig work. What makes a job better than gig work? Basically, that's
a job provides a little bit more sustainability than a gig work. Why? Because if I go a job, let's give an example of a job. Let's make the example easy. McDonald's. I can go get a job at McDonald's here in my market for about $20 an hour, maybe more. And if they give me part-time, let's say 5 hours a day, that's $100. If I get put on the schedule Monday through Friday, I'm gonna make $100 a day, $500 a week. It's more sustainable, right? Hold on, you keep shaking your head. No. You don't understand the difference. So I'm trying to help you.
If that was a job, I go back to the job,
bro. You gotta let me finish so that you can understand. So the job, that's the job. Now, the gig work is you cut the app on, like the lady we was looking at earlier. And she said, man, I'm still sitting here waiting on a gig or waiting on a thing, a bing to go off and send me an order. And then once you get that bing and you get that order, you can either accept it or deny it. Now, if it's something that you don't want to accept, you're going to decline it. And now you might have to sit another 15 minutes. That person, that's 30 minutes that person that went and worked at McDonald's, that's $10. So that time. Hold on. So see, that's to you because you don't value time.
Well, half an hour So how they make $20 an hour now?
You're missing the point. I'm trying to put this in layman's term for you. The difference between a job and a gig. Job is more sustainable than a gig.
No, but you're saying you're recommending a job instead of gig. That's my point.
Listen, I think a gig is something that you supplement. It's a gig. The gig is the word. Something that's, look up the definition of the word gig.
Let me see, gig. The job.
Somebody said the thing is gig. McDonald's starts at $15 an hour. That's not true.
So I can make 20 an hour.
That's absolutely not true. And I'm gonna see how far they're willing to go with this. This is absolutely not true.
It says, a gig, a live performance by
from
a musician or group.
This is absolutely not true.
Wait. Give me a second. Vontae, give me a second. You said absolutely not true. Gig word is not a job, and here it says gig, a job, especially one that is temporary or freelance and performed on an informational or non-demand basis. So you kind of didn't know what a gig meant.
No. Listen to me. Keep reading the definition.
I read it all. I read all of it.
Now read what really matters in that definition.
A temporary or freelance
but there you go. Stop right there.
On demand, right.
On demand.
People will want food every day, bro.
On demand. Hold on. Stop every right day. There. No. On demand.
And never gonna stop.
On demand. On
People
demand.
Need to eat every day.
Hold on.
People need to eat every day.
Hold on. On demand based on what? On what equation?
On demand or on a demand basis. Temporary or freelance and performed on an
what determines your success?
Demand, right? Demand.
And what else? What are you competing against?
Oh, other people, right? Other drivers. Is that what you're saying?
Supply. So now, when we watched this earlier, this lady was sitting in her car making a video, and she said she had been sitting 15 minutes, and her thing didn't go off. If I'm at a job and I'm hold on, no, bro, listen to me.
It's not so the gig app, it's there.
All right, so basic. So move. What's associated with moving?
Money.
There you have
every business. You got to lose money.
There you have it.
You got to invest money. Bro.
All right. So now let's look at it from a business perspective. What's more sustainable?
Depends on your mindset. If you're that woman, I'd rather you get a job because she probably doesn't fix her car. She probably has a car note. She probably still has.
She has a car note. She has a car note.
So a job is better for her. Definitely.
She doesn't want to work a job. She said she can't because she got kids and her health. She got diabetes because of the gig work.
Start looking for ways to make money with the gig app, or else you're going to go back to the job forcefully, not by choice, but forcefully.
But that's the point. So you know what's going on right now? A correction. What's happening right now is that industry, that ecosystem of the gig economy is correcting. That economy is correcting to what it was intended for in the first place.
True.
The issue is, and what people don't understand is, we don't really know yet what a sense of normalcy looks like from that economy because it's still pretty much in its early stages. And let me explain it to you why. Prior to the pandemic, it was still very new. So during those infancy stages, the rates were extremely high to meet the consumer demand of all the marketing dollars that were spent to get people to sign up and utilize the app. So the pay was exorbitant. Do you understand what exorbitant is?
No.
I mean, you don't understand these business terms.
Now you're trying to make me look dumb. Look.
No, it's a business channel.
15 years married, bro.
Listen.
I
never said you was dumb, but I said complacency. You didn't know what it meant. I said acting. You didn't know what it meant. listen.
Because I'm not
I'm
a
not.
person that went to your Harvard College. I'm not that
That's
type of
that
person,
that
you know.
that that's a
That's
person.
my
That's a
and
person.
English is my
I didn't
second
go to
and
Harvard.
English is my second language. So I
Okay.
speak two
Well, guess
languages. You
what?
speak one, I
Well, well,
speak two.
well, guess what? Welcome to America, and you're gonna have
So
to
that means
compete,
I'm a little more smarter than
which means you're gonna have to learn the native tongue. It ain't my
I
fault that
am speaking the
you.
native tongue.
All
The
right, well
native tongue
then.
is the
So
native tongue
I'm
is
not
probably
finna.
Cherokee.
I'm not.
The native tongue is probably
Listen to me.
Cherokee,
Listen to me. Listen
whatever
to me.
Indian
I'm not finna dumb
indigenous
my.
land class.
I'm not finna dumb myself
English
down
is just recent.
because this your
English is
second
recent.
language. I'm not finna dumb
English is a
myself down
recent
because this.
language for this
I'm
nation.
not finna dumb myself down because this your second language. I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that you can't keep
Right,
up.
but I speak two languages, not just one.
But you don't speak. You don't understand business terminology, and you're in
I do,
business.
bro. You
All
just
right.
said
So.
demand and supply.
All
That's in
right.
every business. Every
So.
person with a business that's good, even when the economy's bad, they're bound to crumble if they don't do good business. If they do bad business, they're not going to do so well. That's in every business. So the gig economy might not work in those numbers that people with big businesses do, but it's the same thing, right? Only the strongest survive. Only the people who know the strategies, only the people who do the good type of business will stay afloat. That's in every
So
business. This is
so
just in a
so
micro level.
so what's going on right now is a correction. And what I believe
Right.
is happening is a correction to what we will see as a normalcy in the gig economy. We don't know what normalcy looks like in the gig economy because in the infancy stages, the rates were exorbitant to meet the demand of the startup industry. Then the pandemic hit, which 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 put it on steroids. This was an unexpected event, probably a once in a lifetime event that in normal situations that wouldn't have happened, which that new industry would have continued to
You're
go up.
speaking about it if you
Hold
I
on,
could
bro.
teach you more
Hold
about
on.
that than you,
No,
man.
you can't teach me more about business
Because
if
I've
you
been
don't
doing it for
understand.
4 years.
Man,
I've been
listen
doing
to
this
me. Listen to me.
business for 4 years. I know how it
Can't
works.
teach me shit about business if you don't understand what complacency and
I've been
business
doing
acumen
this
is.
for 4 years.
There's no
So
way
I
you know more
understand
about business than me. No,
the
I'm
problem is
telling
not
you.
the gig
I'm
work. The
telling,
problem is the people who take bad
bro.
orders. The problem is
No,
the
bro.
business
No,
people,
bro.
not the
You know
people who
what's gonna
operate
happen?
the business.
You're gonna get met with a rude awakening, just like so many other new
I know.
industries.
Oh,
Hold
you're
on.
right. I'm not
Let
depending
me
on
explain
this.
something to you.
Not
Let me
depending on
explain
this.
something to you. Let me explain something to you. When a business, I'm trying to give you a business lesson, and you don't want to listen. When something starts and it's new and it's pumped,
Right.
it continues to go up like this. As long as VC money and marketing dollars are pumped, and then eventually it's going to do what? It's going to do what? It's going to plateau. It's going to plateau. And then after it plateaus, it does what?
Goes back
It
up or
goes
stays
to
steady.
it goes to a market correction. It corrects itself to a sense of normalcy. See, the thing is
right.
it's so fairly new, and then you had that event that interrupted it, and now it's correcting itself, and it's correcting all the ignorant people out. And what I'm telling you,
I get that.
if eventually it's going to continue to correct everybody out that's ignorant to get to that point where the only way to survive within that economy is if you use it for what it was initially intended for. If you can go back to the early days of the gig economy, how was it promoted to the service providers? Hey, are you already going in this direction? Are you going to Granny's house in this direction? Turn on your app. You might get an order that's going in that same direction, and now you can take an order for $7, which will cover your costs. Going in the direction that you were already going in the first place. I don't know if you remember how it was promoted back in the day, 10 years ago, but that's how they promoted it. They didn't promote it. They didn't say, "Hey, go leave your job." They said, "Hey, go ahead, bro. Go ahead."
You know who else came in the picture? Bots, right? Where they get multiple accounts.
Okay,
and they're doing it full time.
That sounds like a personal issue.
And you said any way to get up. That's cheating, but that's how they get up. That's
not cheating.
It's cheating.
That's not cheating.
They're not using their accounts. Come on,
hey,
bro.
Listen, if that's the landscape, if that's the landscape,
why don't you talk about a scam? Wasn't somebody talking about a scam here? That's a scam, bro.
So check this out. So check this out. That ain't no different than prior to the gig economy, a person going to apply for a job and then another person going to apply for the same job, but they daddy works in the company and they was going to get the job anyway.
Cheating.
And but because hold on. But because they have to publicly post a job, nepotism happened. Ain't no fucking different. This shit has always been rigged, pimp. I don't give a fuck how you spend it.
Right.
So it ain't, it's just what it is.
Right. I'm not complaining. Even with bots, I'm still making money. Imagine if without bots, I'll be making way more. But even with bots, I make money. Because you got to work it the way that it's going to work for you. You might say it's only intended for temporary, and it might be true according to your lifestyle. But if you're a person like me who decides to be poor, you don't care about the car, the truck, the house, the backyard, right? And you want to live complacent, where you eat and you have a place to sleep, and you're thankful, right? It works for you. If you learn to
everybody
discipline
wants that,
yourself with what, not wasting the money.
Everybody wants that, but everybody wants that, but that's not what we're debating right now, sir. We're not debating that.
Well, you're debating a job in a gig work. So I'm trying to tell you how you gonna tell somebody to choose a job or a gig work unless they are like her, where their car notes. You don't generalize it. Oh, everybody should just get a job and not gig work. No,
that's not what I said. I said the reason.
That's what I'm getting.
You're getting that because you're not comprehending. If you can comprehend well, then you'll get that I said the gig is to supplement. If you got people that are constantly on the internet trashing the gig economy and saying, "Oh,
but
man,
you're generalizing it's to supplement,
bro."
Right.
You got it.
You're making it a whole blanket thing for everybody.
Because that's what it's intended for. It was never intended. All right, bro.
Says who? You can play basketball with a soccer ball, right? It wasn't intended for it, but you can still do it. Right? It's not going to work for everybody. Some people might master it.
What's your channel, bro? Because I know you got to have a channel.
No, I'm not. I don't have a channel.
You got, so you're not up here
trying to leverage.
You're not up here trying to leverage visibility?
No, I'm having like a genuine conversation with you, man. I'm not. All right. Really? You look.
So you ain't got nothing.
You only like 18 followers. No videos. How am I?
So you ain't trying to leverage visibility for nothing.
No,
you ain't got nothing that you want to sell or you want to drop a link right now.
Bro, if I could sell the arcades, yeah, heck yeah, man. I'll be back on your show once I do get the arcades back into the mix. But
so you're not live. So you're not live on another channel because because this ain't reaction. If you using my content without my permission you haven't altered it to reaction, Goldberg coming. And whatever that little that you think you got, I want that. I'm gonna come get.
Go get somebody to look at my channel. No views, no subscribers, no videos.
What's your channel, big dog? What's your channel?
I don't even know. Crazy? Is that what it's crazy? I have no subscribers. I think 18 subscribers, maybe.
All right, big dog. Look, what else you want to debate?
But I'm just saying that gig work only works for those who have a good mindset. Marriage only works for those who have a good mindset. Life is not about just money, man. I think money is secondary. Emotions are first, bro. If you would just if you put money over emotions, you're gonna be a robot. Because robots just programmed not feel nothing, not just get the job done. Get the job done, right?
You said emotions are first? What are you talking about? Explain.
You got kids. Kids give you an emotional love, worry, like you said, work, whatever it is that the emotion comes out that kids give you. Wife teach you how to be patient, teach you how to love. All these things are emotions, bro. They're not based on money. Not everything is business, bro. And if you make everything about business, you're gonna end up 45 years old, no kids, no wife, and just getting the bag, but nothing at the end of the purpose for it. Because the purpose to get money is to get women, and the purpose to get women is to get kids, right?
Poor people poor people always have a way of talking down.
I'm poor. I'm proud to be poor.
People,
I'm proud to be poor.
Y'all always like come with that whole that's family, or you're gonna end up.
Because it's true, bro.
You're gonna have money, and nah, bro. That's
Just
a
when has that changed?
That's a
That's
poor
like
thing.
generations of people
bro.
about family and kids.
See, let me tell you something about us, bro.
It didn't just happen in 2025.
We've been poor for so long. We don't want to be poor no more. Poor ain't cool.
Do. Me, I do.
Well, good luck. I mean, okay, that's on you.
Right.
Like, ain't nothing cool about being poor. And
but
I
that's
don't
what
know
I'm saying.
Listen, I don't know if you understand really what poor is.
Yeah, it's not having financial assets, or like you said, not having something.
No,
not having enough money to plan for the future. Right, for the future.
And what?
You live day by day. Poor is living day by day, right?
Okay, without and it's also a mind. It's also a mindset.
Nah, well, spiritually yes, but poverty in itself, it's based on financial. Status, right?
Why do you want to Why do you want to proactively live in poverty? Why do you wake up every morning and
not being in debt, not having to look for luxuries to make me feel fulfilled, not looking for a house that I might not even need 5 rooms?
Wait, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. You're not in debt right now, right?
Right. On a car though.
But the reason why you're in poverty, is because
it's debt. It's true.
No, it's because you don't
which is the same thing.
Because you don't want to work.
Nah.
It is. Here's the thing. Listen, you
so
just
make it $2,000 a month.
You just
paid.
Like what you're saying. What you're saying. No. Hold on. Listen.
For my whole life, never.
Listen to what you said. If you're not in debt, then you're in a great position to not be in poverty by just working.
When I say poor, I'm saying I live day by day. I don't plan for the future as you do. I don't try to stack up the most I can today.
And you think that and you think that's a good thing by not planning for the future?
What do you mean?
You just say I don't think like you. I don't plan for the future.
You don't know what's gonna. Do you know 100% certainly what will happen in the future, even if you pile up money?
That's why you plan for it, for the uncertainty.
You plan. So let's say you die tomorrow. You sacrifice for nothing. You die tomorrow.
No, it didn't, because you
I lived. I had kids.
Hold on. You keep contradicting yourself. You say if you die tomorrow, then what? Then what you work for goes to your kids, so they don't have to be poor and struggle like you did. Like, bro, but none of the shit that you're saying is making absolutely positively no sense. I think my harshest critics would agree with me on this. I think anybody, any critic or detractor, I think my harshest critics would agree with me on this. Like what you just said, that just sounds selfish, bro. That means you're willing to be lazy and say, well, if I die,
maybe back in the bartering days,
so just your kids, your kids gonna have to figure it out. Then they just gonna have to figure that shit out.
Yes, everybody has to figure it out. That's true. You can only get advice, but then you have to go work for it on your own.
That's where I got you beat, pimp. That's where I 100% got you beat.
How you got me beat?
You got some people that agree with you. 5 people hit the dislike button. So there's 5 people that agree with you.
Some people are not robots. Some people are not just business. Maybe they've been through it. Maybe people got money and they're miserable. Who knows?
But across the platforms, there's over 120 people.
Because a whole lot of people are materialistic, bro. You just said people on Facebook be posting their marriage because they're freaking materialistic. They depend on others, what they think about.
Because those people that agree with you, they're gonna end up in the same position that you and
it could be. It's true.
I want y'all to keep thinking like that.
Who wants to be 45 with money, no kids, and a wife?
Me.
Put 1 in the chat.
Me.
I know you. I'm just asking you because you're bringing in the chat here and stuff. I'm saying, who here wants that? Who wants to just chase the bag and not have purpose emotionally? Because when you have a family, that brings emotion into you.
I got a family.
You gotta start caring, have empathy, having, taking care of others.
Family. It's people in here probably giving them. It's people in here that's probably married and they want a divorce so they could be like that.
I'm just saying the main purpose is not to make money, man. Money is secondary. But you make it seem like money is everything.
Secondary to
money
what?
Is first, and then secondary to your life, to living.
What?
People don't live when they're freaking chasing money like that. They don't live. They freaking sacrifice their time.
How do you live?
45 years of your life just stacking money, but you don't have the purpose which is family, bro. And
I
I
do
don't
got a
mean to
family.
disrespect. If I'm disrespecting you, I'm
No,
bad, man. But
no.
I'm just
No,
saying.
you can't disrespect me, because in order to see, like, these content creators that come, I understand that when you put yourself out there, you're going to come under the thumb of scrutiny. So you have to have tough skin. I understand that when I do I wouldn't even consider this controversial. I would think most people understand the cost of living. They know they would need to know that they have to earn. So
They
I
don't understand. They don't have to
understand,
spend. They don't
but
understand.
I,
They have to
hold
live
on,
within their means. That's their problem.
but
They
I
want to live like everybody
listen.
else.
I purposely do triggering content. So I understand there's going to be guys like you. I do it purposely. My skin is tough. I do it. I purposely try to piss people off. I understand how content creation works. If I lean this way, and I know there's a small sector of people live this way, and I can trigger them to engage like I'm doing right now, and you come in and you hit the dislike button, I want you to hit the like or the dislike button. I want you to get in the comments and say shit and try. I disagree, because it works in my favor. I'm using you right now.
Right. No, I know.
I'm using you.
Though. Right.
Exactly. I don't care about all that shit. But everything that I'm telling you, I 100% believe it.
Right.
And agree with it.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of people that hit one.
So you saying choose a job. You're giving people, you're limiting people. You're saying this is only for this. You can only play football with a soccer ball, but maybe somebody say, you know what, I'm gonna try to invent something else. Or maybe, all these sports people make up from one ball or something like that. So not everybody's gonna be rich. Not everybody's gonna be poor. Not everybody's gonna do gig work for part time. Not everybody's. Certain people who know how to work. So you can't generalize everything.
I'm not generalizing
blanket statement.
I'm not generalizing it, but you're debating from a personal, emotional perspective. I'm debating from logic.
That's true.
I'm debating from logic. You see what I'm saying? So you right. Came up.
A lot of people are feeling. Look, a lot of people are feeling very emotional because of the injustices that are going on right now. So it's hard not to bring out emotions in people, especially when you see all the people are. Bro, people are dissing on this girl DoorDash because she's trying to make money and she's poor. I don't know if she's poor now. Let's say she's poor. They're not getting mad about paying the freaking car insurance that's taking their money for no reason every day. That's just makes no sense. That's how many people think.
You one of the insurance people? You one of those type of people that think insurance is a scam?
That's all. I'm just saying. It's hard not to feel emotions in this type of environment where you see a lot of injustice things going on. Unless you're a robot and you're just chasing money.
I'm black. Black people done seen more injustice in this country than probably
exactly
even
more than you. That's why you got emotions, right? Freaking
no,
reparations. You want all the racism to stop. That's emotions, bro.
I don't get emotional.
You see all the injustice. You get.
I don't get emotional.
Everybody has emotions. The only bad emotion is anger. Look, the only bad emotion is anger. That's what messes all us up.
When it comes down to business, I don't get emotional. Oh, yeah. Because emotions in business will cause you to make illogical decisions, right?
Right.
If I know you personally and you tell me something sad, it may weigh on my heart, which will trigger an emotion. When it comes to business, there's no emotion. If I make decisions,
that's a problem though.
That's not a problem. Emotions in business.
This is why people screw other people with no emotions. Just screw them real hard because
this is why people screw people that
you go to a dealership, they'll screw you real hard because they got no emotions, bro. They see you struggling with two kids. No. Over real quick with no emotions.
If you go to a dealership and you purchase something that you can't afford, or if you go to a dealership and you don't understand what you're about to do, then there's only one person you can blame, and that's you. Not saying it doesn't happen. It happens every day. But the dealership is not there to educate you. The dealership is there to sell you a vehicle. See, I always look at shit from both sides.
DoorDash is there to sell you a $20 comb. Don't hate on them. Don't hate on them.
No, I didn't do that.
About somebody in the chat.
If you watch my content, I parallel things from a business perspective. I don't say go do this, go do it. I always do it from a business perspective. Some people who are ignorant, who don't understand that, they get mad. But those are people who are ignorant, and I want them to remain ignorant because this is how we make money. You see what I'm saying? But if you go to a dealership and you buy a car ignorantly, the dealership ain't there to coach you and teach you interest rates. They're there to sell you a car. Why? Because that sales guy is working off a commission. If he had emotion, he would never make no money. If his heart pumped Kool-Aid, he would educate everybody and he would turn away majority of his customers.
They don't show emotion, but they surely play with your emotions, though.
But that's a salesperson, like a broker. But that
they're dealing with emotions, like it or not.
But there's a guy that they can make that money off of, and then there's a guy like me who they can't.
Right.
The last new car I bought, I didn't even go to the dealership. I went on the website. I called the sales guy. I said, stock number, this is what I want. Get me at 2%.
And you, I don't. And listen,
I said, if you don't give me at 2%, if you don't give me at 2%, I ain't coming. He called me with the first bank. I got you at 4%. I said, give me at 2%. He called me with another bank. I think it was Ally. It was like 3.4, some shit. I said, give me at 2%. He called me. He said, Mark, Wells Fargo picked up the deal for 2.9. This is the best I can do. Come get your fucking car. I said, I'll be there. I'll be there a little later.
That's like the gig work, bro.
So here's the thing. No. Hold on, no. I'm giving you two different types of buyers. There's an educated buyer, and then there's an uneducated buyer. And the uneducated buyer, 9 times out of 10, is buying off emotion, and they don't know how to negotiate. They don't understand leverage. You got a good credit score. Utilize your credit score to leverage. Know how to go in and buy. It's not the sale. If I was a salesperson,
so maybe we're saying lack of knowledge messes you up in everything. Lack of knowledge kind of messes you up in every aspect of life.
And most aspects of life. That's why I always tell people to educate themselves. But you know what I realized since I've been doing content, people don't want to educate themselves. You know why? Because there's work associated with it. There's time associated. You got to sit down. You got to actually do the research to look what you want, what you're trying to research to find the information. You got to pick up a book. You have to read it. You have to be disciplined enough to sit there and patient enough to read it. Right. You have to consume it. You have to be able to comprehend it. What do we know about people now? They have short attention spans. So that individual who can take the time to find and seek the knowledge that they're looking for, or pick up a book and sit there and read it. And if they can't comprehend it, read it again. And if they can't comprehend it, read it again. That's the person who is going to get ahead versus the person who wants to remain ignorant and complain. You know, there's a saying about us. You want to hide something from us, put it in a book. That's probably some of the truest shit that I've ever heard in my life. So for a person who's making money off a commission, it's not their job. If I was a car salesman, if I am emotional, I would never sell no cars.
The only way to get rich is to screw old people over. That's true.
No, car salesmen aren't rich. No, car salesmen are people who sell cars aren't rich.
No, I know. Those are the people that own it, right?
But the way things work is, listen, bro. Life is about choices and decisions. No matter how hard you try to fight it.
But emotions are good sometimes.
Emotions are good, but not in business. No, they're not. Bro, it's not screwing people over. So if I'm a car salesman, I'll be the bad guy. I'm the car salesman. And you come in and buy the car, and I sell you the car at 20%, even though I knew I could work a little bit harder and find a bank that'll probably pick you up at, let's say, 15%. And then I say, oh, you need to put X amount of money down. I know what you got in your bank because you had to show me your recent 3 check stubs. You a gigger. So I got to go off your statements. You got to show me your statements. I need to see the last 3 months of statements. All right, boy, I see what you got coming in. I see what you got credits. I see what you got debits. And I'm looking at that ending balance at the end of every month. Man, I need $4,000 down. It's my job because as a car salesman, I'm not selling 2-3 cars a day. I'll be lucky if I sell 1-2 a week. So I have to take advantage of the situation that's in front of me so that I can put food on the table. Now, if you're ignorant to the point where you don't ask questions, and when you get back into the finance office and you just sign your life away, that's your problem.
That's crazy, bro.
No, it's not.
It's crazy because many people that go to the car dealership and finance, they're not rich. They're poor people.
What the fuck does that got to do with anything, bro? And that's not
because
true.
that's what it's
That's
designed
not true.
for. Like just like you said,
That's
gig work is designed for
that's not true.
a supplement.
That's not true.
To make
That's not
poor
true.
stay poor.
That's not true. Everybody that goes to the dealership is not poor. No, they're not.
Majority who get I'm talking about finance. Because if a person has money
they're
not. They're gonna buy it up front. They're not gonna unless they have good credit, right?
No. See this is why me and you, as far as our business acumen, are way, way apart. Because who told you that?
What do you mean? Who told you? I see it every day, man.
All right, bro, you got it.
I'll give you an example. When I used to sell my arcade machines, right?
Mm-hmm.
My emotions made me not stay there, but I couldn't put myself to sell something I wasn't comfortable selling. Man. Now, if that requires me to say, you know what, man, my emotions led me to my business not keep going. You know what? I feel good because I didn't screw people over. Unless I'm satisfied with the product I'm selling and I'm giving to put people a good service, a good product.
See, and this is why, okay. and this is why me and you are so far apart, because that's not emotions. That's a moral compass. Okay. See, and this is why you got to.
Where does the moral compass derive from?
Because morally doing the right
if
thing.
You sell somebody some bad product, they're going to come emotional.
No, because if you know you have this lemon, and you know this lemon is rotten, why would you sell somebody? Hold on. No, I'm not talking about from a car. I'm talking about like a yellow lemon. Let's say you're a merchant. You have a batch of lemons. You harvest them, you grow them. However the fuck you get them. You got a batch of them. You got plenty of lemons, but you're just so shrewd that even this lemon that's probably only costing you pennies on the dollar that you can just write off as a loss, you want to sell it. That's not emotions. That's your moral compass. It's not an emotion, bro.
Okay.
That's your moral compass, and that's your business ethics. That means you're being an ethical.
Whatever word you use.
Let me figure. No. It ain't whatever word. No, it doesn't, bro. No, it doesn't. See, I'm not gonna just okay with it, bro. If you want to talk to me. No, bro, listen to me. If you want to talk business and you want to come up into debate, I'm not going to limit my vocabulary to meet your standards.
No, because you're using the words.
No, they don't mean the same thing. They don't mean the same thing. They don't mean it. No, they don't mean the same thing. Emotions have nothing to fucking do with business ethics and a moral compass.
Give me a second. Let me see.
See, me, I'm going to use my vocabulary. I'm going to use the words in the proper context.
It says emotion, a natural instinctive state of mind deriving from one's circumstances, mood, or relationships with others. And in business, it's about relationships, right?
That's a feeling, bro. Emotion is a feeling.
Right.
I'm emotional. Right. I saw this movie, and my favorite character.
So the circumstances is you got a poor guy trying to get sell him a.
No, bro. No, we're not going to do this. Listen. I just broke it down to you, and I corrected. You're trying to make this word something that it's not, bro. I'm educated, bro.
I got you. I don't want to waste your time.
No. You're not wasting my time, but you ain't finna run neither. We can't. No. We're not gonna make words into what we want them to be. We're gonna use words in the proper context.
Right. So you said moral ethics, right? Moral.
No, ethics, I didn't say moral ethics. I said business ethics, and I said moral compass.
Okay.
I know you ain't used to seeing somebody like me come like this. I'm different. I know
It
it's.
says
I know you thought. Go ahead. Go.
a
Go.
moral compass representing an individual's internalized sense of right and wrong. When you put right and wrong in there, there's feelings there, there's emotion
No, no,
there.
no, 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 no,
Unless you're a
no, no, no,
robot,
no. You
unless you're a
just no, no,
robot,
no, 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 no.
is shaped
Right?
by a combination of factors including upbringing, cultural influences, religious beliefs. So all
Right.
this has to be in accordance
It's
to a moral
right.
compass. This is
Right
the
and
word you
wrong.
use,
Right,
man.
right and wrong is
This is
not
the
an
word you
emotion.
use.
Emotion is a feeling. Right and wrong is what it is. Right and wrong. There's no feeling about right and wrong. It is what it is. Right and wrong. 1+1 is 2. That's right. 1+1 is 5. That's wrong. There's no feeling or emotion there.
There is a
Right or
feeling
it's
because
wrong.
if somebody lies to you and says 1+1 is 3, you're like, what? It's an emotion. You're like, what the heck?
Are you serious, bro? Or are you just bullshitting right now?
I'm being serious because you're saying business doesn't require emotions, and this is why the world is the way it is. They've taken all the emotion from business because
No,
business really is provide a service to somebody. That's what a business should have been in the first place. If you wanted a sheep and I wanted a goat, we exchanged that. That's what the purpose of business was before in the old times. This is why more ethics have nothing to do with today because there is no more ethics today in business. There's nothing, just business, just money. No ethics, no emotion, no nothing, no relationship, not just give me money. If I screw you over, I won't feel bad. I'll speak like a baby. This is why this world is
no,
screwed
no,
up,
no,
man.
no, 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 no. In business, if I'm a car salesman and you come in to buy a car and you buy more car than you can afford, and we're able to sell it to you based on your credit score and based on the revenue that you come in, that's a poor decision that you made as an individual. It's not my job. Hold on. It's not my job as a car salesman to balance your budget.
Who is worse, the drug dealer or the drug addict? Who's worse?
Are you want me to really answer this question?
Yeah.
And I can only choose one answer.
Yep.
The drug addict.
Damn.
You know why?
Crazy.
Because there would be no drug dealer if people made the right decisions and said no to drugs. Fuck is you talking about? Like, no,
You
no,
don't
no.
live in
You can't.
reality, bro. You don't
No, I
live in
live in
reality.
reality. I live in reality because you know what? You know what?
Why
There
do
would
people do
no,
drugs? Why do
no, no,
people do
no.
drugs?
Because they have a
Because
weak
they want
mind.
to?
Because they have
No,
a
no,
weak
you
mind.
man.
No, no, no.
See,
Let me tell you something.
you're belittling
No, no.
people, man.
I belittle people. How?
This is why they do that to them because they don't see them as human. So they say, you know what, these fools, hey,
Bro,
they're
you
below
you
us. We'll give
you
them
you
drugs. Let's
you
give them all
you
drugs.
no, no, no. You asked me a question. You said who's worse, the drug dealer
And
or the
I'm not
drug
talking
user?
about weed or cocaine. I'm talking about
No.
the CVS
Yeah.
drugs too.
Uh, so you want to do
The ones that'll
illegal? Or
cause you cancer and the
you want
ones
to
that'll
do illegal or
cure your
prescriptions?
toothache, but then accuse you,
So
you know,
I answered that question from an illegal perspective. You want me to answer it from a
from
prescription based
illegal,
perspective? From a
right?
legal or illegal?
From illegal,
All right. So
because
who's
that's what
worse?
business is.
Who's worse? From a legal perspective, I don't think I can answer that question because if you pull the muscle and you go to the doctor and they prescribe you Flexeril,
Mm.
what I don't understand what's wrong with that. If you have some type of whatever and you go to the doctor and they prescribe you penicillin or amoxicillin, I don't see what the issue is there.
So none of the things that the lawsuits because of the drugs that they cause certain things that don't matter. That's just coincidence or just
I think their drugs have.
poor
I think drugs have side effects, and I think
drugs are a bit
unfortunately,
illegal. Drugs are a business. Would you agree with that?
yeah, but legal drugs are a necessity.
No. They're a business, not necessity. They're a business. If it was
Yeah.
necessity, we one drug for every single thing. You got like 20 million brands of one drug
Well,
that'll cure the
well,
same
well,
thing. So that's a
well,
business.
it's a business, but I don't understand where you're going with this.
No, because you're saying that people, because they're ignorant, that it's their fault, and some people it's not like that. It's just it's a situational thing or a circumstance where people put in a place. Well, that's the way it's supposed to be, but not because they want to, but be people on top that they don't want people to know. And you think if people had the knowledge that gave them the knowledge in birth that they had, there wouldn't be rich people selling their stuff. because they'll be all want to be business guys. So that's a circumstance that's put there in order to keep that social class, poor and rich. So you want to be in the rich part where you belittle the poor, but
Who's
you don't know that the rich,
who's
because
belittling
you're
the
saying
poor?
these people are ignorant, they don't know anything, so they deserve to get screwed. They deserve to get
asked
scammed,
me,
right?
No, bro, that's not what I'm saying. See, you're looking at it from an illogical mindset, right? Because you refuse to elevate your mind. Every single answer that I've given you didn't come from a personal perspective. It came from an educated perspective. It came from a logical perspective. Life is about choices and decisions. You know how you know how you get yourself out of the slum? Educate yourself. If you go to a dealership, hold on, bro. If you go to you shaking your head, I ain't even said shit yet. If you go to a dealership ignorantly and your goofy ass get finessed, that's on you.
Right.
If you go, let's say in our industry, and you believe something is too good to be true, and you follow it, and then you realize that you got finessed, you think you can invest into something with this much money, like trucking, and make this amount of money and have no working capital.
Basically, you're saying drug dealers are good. The drug industry, the legal drug industry, is so good. All these people, they're not the problem. The people that are ignorant, you asked me a
question. You asked me a question. I answered it, and because I answered it in a way that you weren't expecting, and I was able to substantiate my answer with fact, it went over your head. Listen, you asked me. Hold on. No. You asked me a question. No. I'm living in real world, pimp. You asked me a question. Who's worse?
Real world is harder.
Hold on. You asked me who was worse, the drug dealer or the drug user. See, you wanted me to say the drug dealer. No, I said the drug user. Why? Because I know if people didn't use the drug dealer wouldn't exist.
So you're saying the drug user came first? How can a drug user came first if drugs weren't there to create it? It's like saying the light bulb was created first and then the light came.
So do you use dope?
No.
I don't use dope either. Would you use dope?
No. I've used it though when I was young.
Okay, well, you've used drugs? You were weak. You weak. Right. I've never used drugs a day in my life. I never used drugs a day in my life.
Good.
So you're proving my point. That's weak. You know why? Because your mind said use it. You allow somebody.
I didn't do it like addiction.
It don't matter. It don't matter. You allow some. No, it ain't human.
Flawless robot.
No. You allow somebody to coerce you into using an illegal substance that could fuck you up. That's a weak person, bro.
But
I ain't never used a drug in a day in my life.
I didn't go looking for a drug. The drug came to me.
It's drugs everywhere outside. That don't mean you stick the needle in your arm.
Right.
You gotta put that shit in your vein. It's not
an ignorant thing. It's the people who are designing that
Man,
way.
Bro, I ain't trying to hear that, bro.
So
I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
Getting over the poor.
I don't want to hear that, bro. No, it ain't getting over the poor. It's a weak mind, bro. Listen to me. Let me explain something to you.
That's crazy, man.
Drugs have been presented to me many a time in all my years. I never
Good
did it, bro.
You're the exception. Most people.
I'm not the exception. It's plenty of people that that have never tried drugs. I'm not finna sit up here. You know what?
Because one person yet except you that hasn't tried drugs ever.
You know why? Because
have you tried alcohol?
Yeah.
It's a drug. So you
socially,
it's a drug.
Socially,
it's a drug.
But here's the thing: do you sit around the house and you drink beers and shit in your personal time?
No, heck no.
When do you drink? When do you drink?
Never. I don't. Okay, so you don't drink in 10 years, bro.
Okay, so a drug, right? Heroin, that ball, crack,
Who
fentanyl.
The crackhead or the drug dealer? Who invented the crack?
Shit.
Have you heard about the experiment they did to the black community, putting crack in the neighborhood? You think that was their fault because they're ignorant? You think that was the purpose of those who are trying to be?
It was done deliberately,
intelligent.
Like, you can go with the black community. I'm well versed on that too.
It's true.
I know it's true, but guess what? At the end of the day, unfortunately, yes, it destroyed the black community in the 80s. But at the end of the day, hold on. It affected. Listen to me. I'm not exempt. It affected me. close to home. I got family members that died, that got on this shit back then, and still on this shit. All from that shit that happened in the 80s. All right? But here's the thing. Family or not, and I want you to hear me, and I want you to hear me clearly. If you come and drop something in front of in a community, there was people who chose it, and there was people that didn't.
I get you.
Hey, Mark, let's go, Rob. Let's go. They looting. This the pandemic. They looting. Man, I know you got box trucks. Man, pull one of your trucks up to Finish Line. Pull one of your trucks up to Foot Locker. We finna load your trucks up. We're gonna give you some money. We're gonna give you money to bring your trucks in so we can load them up. Whatever you need, we got it. If I go do that dumb shit or did that dumb shit at that time, whatever the repercussions, if I would have got caught, it was because of the choices and decisions that I made.
Right. Can I say some religions, or you don't talk about religion here?
I try not to, but go ahead, man.
So the archetype of Satan would be, if Satan wasn't there to tempt some Eve, or the weaker vessel, you said everybody she's weak. Mm-hmm. The Bible wouldn't say that the devil is the main. The Bible calls the devil the father of lies. So it's saying because of that, that person is condemned forever, right? So you're saying that because of the ignorance of people, the people who are selling it get a pass, and in a way you're saying they're ignorant. The other people who are given the crack are smart because they're businessmen.
No, they're business. I'm not saying they're smart.
Putting emotion into it.
I'm not saying they're dumb, but
a business, illegal business.
And I'm looking, and I'm giving the answer. You asked me a question. You said who? I answered the question. If there's no demand, then there's no business. Doing drugs. Hold on. Doing drugs is a choice.
Who created the light? Who created the light bulbs we have? Nobody say, you know what? Let me get some light in here. Somebody had to create it.
What is a light bulb?
That light is nice. That light bulb is nice. I want that in my room. That's what drugs is.
What does a light bulb and a drug have? Like, where's the comparison?
Same thing, because it's created to give you some sort of way. I don't know what it does. Drugs. I'm not an addict, but many people are. So there's something that is promoting that is not just of ignorance out of the poor people. It's the ignorance of the rich people too, or the people who have business mindset, that they're taking out emotions out of the mindset. They're saying, you know what, I got to get this bag no matter what I do. Like, got to sell crack no matter how the business model is. I got to take emotions out of that.
A drug dealer exists because there is a consumer. If there was no consumer, then there would be no drug dealer.
Somebody created the drug. A lot of people say weed. Weed is
here's the thing.
Nobody smokes weed. Here's the thing.
You could create a drug, but if nobody buys it, then there's no business. The reason why drug dealers exist is because there's drug users.
Right.
So
but who created the drug?
Some scientists in a lab.
The guy who wanted to screw somebody over and get something out of the other person.
Okay, so here's the thing. Somebody went and cooked up freebase when they created crack. Go watch what's with Buddy ass. That show don't come on no more. Snowfall.
Look, this is how ridiculous it is. Legal cigarettes ahead, tell you in the box this will cause cancer, and you only blame the people who, because they're ignorant, they still smoke it. But the people who are selling it know this causes cancer, they still sell it.
You know why? Because they crazy.
Who is even worse? The people who are selling it, because they know it's killing people, and they're still selling it. So they're taking the emotions out of their business, and they're saying, you know what? I don't care if they die. I'm just going to sell this.
Are we analyzing this from a personal perspective or from a business perspective?
From a business perspective, because you're saying from a
business perspective, if it's legal and they can sell it,
came out with ethics and moral compass and business ethics.
You want me? Can I answer the question? If it's legal, just like cannabis is legal in some states now, they can legally sell it. If it's legal from a business perspective, they can sell it. If the government, if the government requires them to put,
crack becomes legal. You
bro,
think that's
let me answer the question, bro. If the government makes them put a Surgeon General on the side and they can legally sell it, if a consumer reads the Surgeon General report and knows, like I've lost umpteen uncles and aunties, all my uncles and aunties that have died that smoke cigarettes because they are older, and that was when cigarettes were a social thing to do in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. They all died of lung cancer. Every single uncle and aunt that smoked cigarettes died of lung cancer. And guess what? They knew they was dying, but they continued to do it. The goddamn Surgeon General is right there. It's 2025. We've seen plenty of case studies in all these years now that we know smoking cigarettes is going to kill you.
My point is the people that sell it are worse than the people who get addicted to it.
All right,
and
so
this goes back to my thing where emotion should be in business, which you call ethics, business ethics, moral compass. The same thing. It derives from your soul, from your emotions, right?
No,
that's where the emotions come from. The soul.
It's not the same.
You're a human being. You're not a robot. You're not the computer at McDonald's where you say I want a number 1, number 3.
All right. Since you want to kick it like that, I'm gonna kick it to you. You do DoorDash. What you do? DoorDash, Uber Eats. What you do?
Everything. Uber, Instacart,
all right,
whatever.
Let's look at Instacart. Why you just don't deliver these people their food for free?
For free?
Yeah. Why you just don't drive every day and go to the store, take orders? No, but emotionally,
when they give me my rent for free, they give me my rent for free, I'll deliver for free, bro.
Nah, bro, that like, bro, we gotta help each other, man. We're people. We're people, bro.
Help these people get their groceries. Know that they're gonna die of cancer ain't helping nobody, man.
Hey, man. Charging that senior citizen who's bedridden, confined to their wheelchair, that can't come down 3 flights of stairs, and you complaining about the fact that they ordered 7 cases of water. Man, you supposed to help that person out. You supposed to help that person out.
I deliver with a smile on my face, especially if it's a person that's handicapped. I say, thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Whoever that is in the back, you got to come on camera. If you don't come on camera, I ain't going to bring you up. I'm sorry. You got to come on camera. I'm not doing no non-cameras. You got to come on the screen. So, man, however you want to take it.
You got to have emotion. I don't know what your business you do, but somehow at somewhere you got to put the emotions, what you call ethical, whatever. You got to have that somewhere, man. Even Amazon have even all the businesses have these core ethics, values. We go above and beyond all these things that they say. That comes from emotion. That don't come from like business.
Amazon doesn't have any emotions.
That's playing with emotions, man. People are like,
Amazon. You see now you further getting into my realm, and I don't think you want to do that. Amazon has absolutely positively no emotions. I've went through so many case studies on this channel. You said they play with emotions?
That's why they make up these ethical things. They say, oh, you got to go exercise. You got to, all these little, things they do for business in order to play with people's emotions and to make them think they care about them. All these things that people, I go to my job, they, this and that, whatever it is, people think that's designed for them so they could keep making money. They play with emotions. Car dealerships do that. Anybody with finances does that. Even freaking dentists do that now, bro.
I disagree with you. I think you're hung up on emotions, but then now I understand why you're where you're at in life. Like you've used the word poor in emotion.
It's not good financially for me, but internally I feel good.
There's 2 words that you've used a multitude of time in this time we've been talking, and that's poor and emotional.
Right. Yeah. Because that's
what
majority of us are. You think majority of people are rich in this world, or you think majority of people are poor and emotional?
No, I think people are poor because they make emotional decisions.
You think? Wow.
I know so.
Okay. Financially, though, because you say poor is mentally, right? So you're saying people are either poor mentally or emotionally. What are you telling? Or financially? When you say poor right now, people are poor. You're saying mentally or financially?
Both. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Financially is easy. It's easy to become.
Is having a family for you somebody
You
mentally
never let
rich?
me. Can I answer one question before you go to the next one, bro?
My bad. My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Becoming taking yourself out of poverty from a financial perspective is not hard. If you change your mindset from a poor mentality to a non-poor mentality, then the financial poverty will correct itself when you correct your mind.
Okay. So when you say financial poverty, that correlates with mental poverty. Now, when you say mental poverty, what is that to you? What does that mean?
You.
But what do you mean though? Not owning anything,
You.
right?
Everything you've
Not
said
planning for the
in this
future, not planning for the future,
everything
right? Not screwing
everything you
people
said.
over, right?
No. Everything you've
Having a
said.
soul, emotions.
No. That has nothing
Is
to
that
do with
poor
it, bro. Everything
mentally?
that you're saying is personal.
Okay.
Listen to me, bro. And I've used myself. I played the bad character, even down to the sales guy. If I'm a salesperson, it's not my responsibility to educate you on your personal finances if you come in to buy a car from me. It's my job to sell you a car.
Okay.
This is how I put food on my table. I don't care about your personal problems at home. Those are your
That's the
problems.
problem.
No, it's not the
That's the world's
problem.
problem.
It's
That's the world's problem.
it's your job. Your plight. Listen, you correcting your plight is your job. If I have a job to sell you an item and you come in
You can quit.
to purchase an item, it's my job to sell you the item. It's not
You
my
can quit that
job
job.
to talk you out of not buying the item. It's my job to sell it to you.
So you're saying this is what you're saying. The people who go buy the car are ignorant. They don't have no knowledge, so they deserve what they get. The people selling the car, they're also not really knowing what they're doing. They don't know that they're screwing people over. They're just angels
No,
trying to sell you a car
no.
because they just want the money. They know
Most
they're screwing
sales,
you over, bro.
most
They know they're
salesmen,
screwing you over.
most no, it's not a screw over. Most salespeople are privy to the ignorance of the buyer.
Okay, like the drug dealer, right?
The drug dealers
like a prey on a
yes,
like the
right.
prey on
Because
a
here's the thing:
right. They're
if
like a
you're
prey. They're
no,
like
no,
prey.
if you're a drug dealer and
like
you're
lion,
selling
right.
dope, every customer to you is a hype.
I get it. I know that. Hey, my battery's gonna run out, man. I don't want to take much of your time, and I appreciate the time. I'm sorry if I talk too much.
We cooking. No, this is good, man. Anytime, bro. I'm cool. It's
Thanks
up to
for
you.
the time,
You want
man.
to
Have a
continue
good one,
talking?
bro.
All right, man. Be
No,
safe.
because my battery's 20%. So
I get you. All right. All right,
peace
later.
out, man.